go ahead.
Okay. Where last we left off, you guys had, having traversed the Willowwood, being warned of a werebat cavern, or werebat colony, rather, infesting some ruins within the Willowwood. Made your way out, traversing across, until you found yourselves face to face with a green dragon that had a sword embedded into its skull. Upon talking with the dragon, you got the sense that there was a dual personality going on. With a dispel magic inflicted by Treverin, you found that the dragon's dual personality was tied somehow to the sword embedded into its skull. Julie promptly pulled it out. You promptly realized, oh, that means the dragon is now evil. You try to stick it back in, and that didn't work out so well. A large, difficult battle ensued between both a dragon and a sleeping hydra that you awoke sleeping in the nearby Sargoth River. You barely managed to come out of it alive, only for Willow to appear from out of the middle of the woods to warn you that you would not leave the Willowwood alive. Not wanting to tempt an archdruidess's wrath, especially one that seemed to be as ancient as she, you promptly made your way into the nearby caverns and have descended down into this level of Undermountain. The caverns here seem to be carved either by worked hands or by some unknown creature that has burrowed through. You have found, upon traversing around here, a mysterious crystal throne, as well as some shells of some unknown creature lying in separate chambers. You also found a quicksand pit, which has been promptly marked by this poopy brown marker. And you heard the sounds of humming, moving, chiseling, looking around, and have found a couple of stone giants who seem to be maneuvering around doing different tasks. You have made a point to stay away from them. You have also noticed that in the center of this chamber is this high-ceilinged, dome-shaped bowl, in the middle of which seems to be a very small, only about 10 feet tall, toy castle or something. After doing just a little bit of exploring, you found the opportunity to retreat into an otherwise empty cavern and take a long rest. During the course of this, I would ask Vigo, in what fashion would you leave the party? Would you leave during their rest? Would you wait until they got up and explained your situation?
During the rest, I wait for Singe to take watch. Then I'll explain it to him. He seemed to be the most level-headed one here. Give him the Warhammer, and then I'll head back to Skullport to attempt to use the teleport that we found there to go up to Waterdeep and join Mercenary Company up there and just try to make a new living in this new world.
Question, is this after the first 4 hours? So am I awake?
You would be awake.
Well, I'm saying I'm waiting for...
I'm going to
Just
cast
to-
Persuasion on him to convince him to stay.
It's not how that works. Sorry.
Oh, come on!
No, you burned your natural 20, but it's not a situation where you roll a persuasion check to convince him to stay. He has control of his character, and he can make those choices.
Yeah, you have to charm him.
Fine. Take my fun away.
Now, Crow, to charm him, you just got to
I don't have anything to charm him. I guess throw a fireball up his ass, but you already rejected that idea.
Hey, you have a camera phone. Send him a little bit of a leg picture. You know, like, hey, this is what you might get if you stay.
And that's elf leg, too.
No,
actually,
thank you.
I'd take a picture of Julie's leg and send it to him.
I'm surprised you don't grab your gem from out of your pouch and...
Can we say goodbye, or can we say goodbye, or are you sneaking off?
I was just waiting for just Singe.
Okay. Right. In that situation, then I would assume that pretty much Treverin and Singe are the only ones awake at this point. So leaving the Warhammer with them, is there anything you say before you wander off?
I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm tired of being this person's plaything. I choose my own destiny.
Okay. And Vigo wanders back up into the Willowwood in an attempt to make his way back to the surface.
I just picture a naked gnome or a halfling running through the fields. Like, maybe if I don't have any armor on, she won't find
She
me.
won't. She won't notice me.
Should have cast darkness so he couldn't find his way out.
Should have let him keep the hammer.
Quick, make a survival check.
So, there's another point of parliamentary procedure that needs to take place. You guys have spent the better part of a week at this point lying underneath the mountain. There is a subtle magic that warps through every living being that spends an extended amount of time within Undermountain. To this effect, I need everyone in the party, including your new character bear, to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Two, three, four. How what?
I was wondering how the dumb barbarian outrolled the cleric.
So, Kay and Droloff are not affected.
Sweet.
Julie, I'm going to give you 3 words, and I want you to pick the one. And I want you to pick one of the 3.
Wait, if it's Julie, it doesn't have to be pictures?
Har har.
Ha ha ha.
3 words, and I want you to pick one of them. Family. Vengeance. Honor.
Honor.
The first true memory that you have regarding the meaning of what honor means to an orc happened as a young adult. You were about 16, joined with the other young orcs of the clan in the middle of training. You were often set to some of the weaker orcs, not because of any lack of particular skill that you had, but because you were seen as comparatively physically weaker than the half-orcs and orcs that were part of the clan themselves. Your taskmaster had a habit of treating you poorly, and you have a memory of doing everything he had said to the T one day, the perfect form, and you were being watched over by Yagra. Yagra was, used to be not Yagra, Torgoth. Torgoth was the former chieftain of the clan that you were a part of, and was well respected by the other members of the clan, despite his age, for having a sharp mind and being able to utilize every possible tool to his advantage. Your taskmaster, after the day's training, put you in a final spar against him personally. You managed to best him. Fury overtook you, given the abusive nature he had towards you. And before you could land your weapon down over his head, you were stopped short by Tagra drawing his and blocking you. He made sure to rebuff your attempt on your taskmaster's life, reminding you that striking an unarmed man who was down was not an act of honor, and that every orc had their place within the tribe. That was the first lesson of honor, and the first lesson you had as a tactician and as a general for your tribe, learning that no matter someone's limitations, every orc has their place in the tribe. But the subtle magic of Undermountain has warped that memory and has caused it to fade away. It's not something you realize right away. In fact, it's very subtle. It's not something you would realize at all. But if you were asked to bring back that memory of honor, if you were asked to bring back that memory of that time with your taskmaster, of that time you attempted on his life, that memory is gone. Treverin.
Wow, that's deep.
I'm going to give
Yes.
you 3 words.
Okay.
Knowledge. Family. Home.
Family.
You remembered growing up within the Feywild with your mother to be a relatively quiet experience. Your mother was shy and reclusive and didn't really interact much with some of the other friends, certainly not the ones your father would bring over. She preferred to spend her time in solitude either writing and growing up as a young child. You remember a sad song that your mother used to hum in the quiet mornings. As a very, very young child, any time that you hurt yourself, stubbed a toe, you distinctly remember as your mother tried to cradle you and provide you some solace from whatever mishap your younger self had endured. She would hum that sad song, and it burned. That memory of that sad song was prevalent within your mind, and it's something you use to remember your mother even after being gone from home for so long.
Okay.
It's been years since she sang that song, and as you have grown older and older, some of the notes are gone. It's within the twisted magic of Undermountain that you forget the song, that you forget she ever sang that song. You don't realize it. The change is subtle, but that memory is gone.
Okay.
Singe.
Yep.
3 words. Knowledge. Home. Exploration.
Home.
Growing up with the elves of Evermeet, you, especially as a dragonborn, along with your brother, had a habit of standing out. In fact, you and your brother especially, tended to be something of a bad influence, some might say. He would pull you along to create all sorts of subtle pranks on some of the other elves that were studying in their respective vocations. While you tended towards the clerichood later in life, your brother had a predilection towards magic and sorcery. And he really, really liked to bring you in to do all sorts of nasty things to some of the elves, like hide, prank them into seeing something that wasn't there, putting a fake love note into some poor love-struck elf's locker. And the favorite prank, what do you think well, you can create one if you have one, but what do you think the favorite prank that you and your brother might pull off on some of the elves might have been?
Shit, Achilles, I didn't go that far into the backstory. I don't know.
I can make one for you if you can't think of one.
Lighting Nordressel on fire.
But har har.
Uh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll say. So the druids among the elves did have a portion of the world tree on hand. And one of the more egregious things that you and your brother had ever done was prank the staff into thinking that someone had lit the tree on fire. In truth, there were simply a few dry leaves gathered from outside that were kept around in a burning circle, meant to evoke some sort of pentagram, as if to say someone was trying to summon something. While nothing harmful ever really occurred, you remember that prank being especially egregious. You remember you and your brother laughing at the horrendous faces of an overbearing taskmaster who was dumbfounded as to why anybody would do it. And you remember your brother just losing his shit over it. You also remember your brother thanking you for going along with it. And that was really that particular that was kind of the grand finale of your time together within the academy at Evermeet. And while the two of you continued on your own vocations, those times you shared together began to fade. You still remember some of those pranks and some of those instances, some of those fun moments you've spent with your brother. But this moment, this subtle moment where you very nearly got into real trouble, that distinct memory of that bonding moment that you had with your mischievous brother fades from memory. It's not sudden, but it's subtle.
Right.
And then, Daz, when we come up with more of your backstory, we'll determine what sort of memory you will have lost.
Alrighty.
So, as some of you awake in the morning, some of you that didn't notice, will notice now that Vigo is no longer with the party.
Where's Short Stack at?
I will go ahead and give the explanation and explain to him, that he left for greener pastures, as one might say, and then whatnot.
While you're explaining this, you hear the voice of Alistair Blackcloak go, "Well, that really is a shame. Oh, don't worry, my friends. He'll be wandering around Undermountain before too long, yes again. But I wouldn't leave you understaffed. In fact, I think there's been a fellow who's desperate to meet you." And an unseen force thrusts forward. A goblin in armor, wielding a light crossbow on his back. And Daz, if you would care to explain kind of what you look like.
Just just as you see in the picture there, little green goblin, no monocle really, just goblin, green crossbow, studded leather armor, backpack, shield underneath it. So he's wearing it, short sword on his hip. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so an unseen magical force, while you're trying to hide in the shadows and spy from a distance, kind of just thrusts you into the limelight in front of you.
Whoa, that's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Julie draws a sword.
I will also poof a sword out.
Whoa, friends. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Well, I'm about to. So start explaining yourself.
You hear Alistair Blackcloak go, Now, kids. Don't kill one another. That's my job. Back to the show." And he poofs out.
But what's that voice? What's this show he's talking about?
Julie screams at the ceiling. "I gotta kill you, stupid mage!"
By the way, one thing I do have to point out, because it might have some bearing. Julie, having grown up with Orcish society, you are not an especially pious man, per se, but you do, like many other orcs, call upon Groomsh's name in battle, shout out battle praise, and have him shrine to Groomsh. The patron saint, the patron god of goblinoids is Magubliet. Groomsh and Magubliet hate each other and have waged an eternal war against one another for millennia. How that might affect Julie's interaction with this goblin, that's up to you.
Magubliet's just pissed he's a turd compared to Groomsh.
So since this meeting's happened a little bit before I wanted it to, I've been following you all the way since Skullport. And I got a proposition for you. If you want to take some time to listen. And anyone? Am I alone here? You guys are real, right?
What do you guys do?
Julie,
Nope. I see you moving.
Julie sheaths his sword and just goes
I
and
look at
sits against
Singe.
the wall.
Does he look tasty to you?
Whoa! Not food. Not food at all.
Not particularly.
Okay. I guess we'll listen to what you have to say then. If you look tasty, I was gonna let him eat you because I know he's hungry.
So, whoa, back off there, dwarf man. So anyway, I'm actually a bounty hunter from Skullport, and well, actually Waterdeep, but I kind of been living in Skullport for a little while because I got trapped down here. So I've got a proposition. I got this really lucrative bounty that, I mean, he's in Undermountain here. I don't know exactly how deep he's gone, but the other party that I came down here with, they kind of died off. They weren't as good as me as surviving. So I need some help to get this guy, and I'm willing to share the bounty with you.
How much? Says Julie from where he's sitting.
Well, so the bounty's name is Nash Magod. I hear he's a really, really horrible sorcerer, and it's 5,000 gold bounty.
%90, and we'll do it.
90%.
For me, I like the way you're talking. Yes. So that'll be 500 for your group, right?
No. I get 90%. The rest of my group gets 10.
Damn.
Julie just snorts at the obvious joke.
Obvious, he thinks.
Wait, at this, Singe turns around and looks at Trevor and is like, fucking 10? And I'm chaotic good.
Yeah. So, see, I can be of use
you
to your party.
You get the honor. If you're a true bounty hunter, you get the honor of the kill. We get all the money.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be raked over the coals here. I mean,
I'm not raking you over the coals. This is the way.
This is the way.
Really?
Yes, spoken.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I don't think that sounds very good. I have spoken.
I swear to God, if your guys start saying that.
Since he's short like an Ugnaught, I know, right? But no, I'm not going to.
I have spoken.
Now listen, I've been following you since you left Skullport, and I could really contribute and help you. Well, whatever it is you're doing, I guess it has something to do with that voice that I heard, and whatever force pushed me into the hallway here.
So you're telling me you worked
lived
from Skullport, you've lived down here, and you don't know what that voice is?
You beat me to it. That's like where I was going.
Yeah, no, I came down here with another group.
But with ears that big, you hadn't heard this voice before?
Oh, the ear thing. I've heard that before. Okay. No, I came down here with another group. No voice, nothing. We were just following this guy named Nash Magod.
So how'd you lose him?
And how did you
Well-
follow us from Skullport? We took a portal that you shouldn't have been able to go through.
He took the long way around.
Yeah, there's some creative differences going on here with how I actually got here. So let's not wrap our heads around.
Julie turns to Singe and goes, "You smell easy to track." Turns back to the goblin, giant human standing over you, obvious warrior. He's looking you over, kind of.
Whoa,
puts his
back
hand
off,
on your
boys!
armor.
This is not a threesome invitation here. Let's
He
give me some room to breathe, okay?
He says to you, "Relax, little man." And he puts his hand on your arm. He tests one of the straps, looks at your short sword, gestures to your crossbow. "You good with this?"
Oh yeah. That's how I make my living. I can hit a fly's butthole from 300 meters. Whatever the fuck the range of crossbow is. 320, whatever that is.
I imagine he breaks character and goes, "Fuck, I don't know what the range of this thing is." He looks down at his crossbow in his hands.
Whatever I shoot at, I fucking hit, okay?
Julie kind of crosses his arms and looks down at you and goes, "I've fought with many goblins. He goes, they're small. Does not mean they're weak. Goblins are smart fighters." He goes, "You good with that? You okay? Can come with us." He goes, 6 of us, 6 shares of the bounty." He goes, "That's how we do it. If you're with us, that's how it goes. Agree?" He holds out his hand.
This is the way.
Oh, I'm in
I
for
have spoke.
share of the bounty. Yeah. That sounds fair. Equal shares for everybody. I like that. Is this your?
I
Is
turned
this?
to Kay
Are you the
and-
leader of this group? I could tell you have got leadership potential.
I
Julie
Julie
kinda-
kind of look at him and go,
Julie snorts again and as kind of a half laugh and just says, "No." And he lets go of your hand and just starts gathering up his gear.
I turned to Kay and said, "Did Julie take a bigger hit on the head than I remember? Because he's giving up the negotiation of 90% comes to us.
I'm as
That's not like him at all."
confused as
Are you saying that out loud?
Oh, absolutely. I'm saying it out loud. I'm saying it to Kay.
He turns to you and says, "You want to start negotiating shares based on effort?" And he's gripping the handle of his sword. And he's looking at you seriously.
And I pull out a diamond and I toss it up in the air and said, "You really want to go there?"
He goes, or do you want to stay even split?
Based on effort,
I will step in between. I will step in between us and go, all right. New human or new tiny puny guy gonna travel with us. We're all good. Bounty's gonna be shared. Let's go kill shit, shall we? I'll start
holy
strolling
shit!
forward.
I didn't mean to start an internal conflict. Oh, and we just really need to bring back like a hand or a foot or something because the person who did the bounty, he's going to cast magics on it to make sure that that's from this Nash Magard guy.
You'll have to keep the dragon from eating it.
So he can eat all the rest of him. I just need like a hand or a foot.
While this is going on, you see Trevelyan pull out a piece of paper, and you see him scribble something real quick, and then he hands it to Julie, and it says this.
Julie just snorts and crumples it up and throws it down. He's amused. But then you see him think for a moment, and he turns back to the goblin. And he says, "You really good with that?" He points at the crossbow.
Yeah.
Julie turns to the rest of you and goes, "Let's go to Big Cave. I have idea."
You want to go back and fight the druid?
No, Big Cave with small castle. I have idea.
My
Lead
internal,
on.
my internal
Okay.
monologue is sitting there saying, "Yeah, his last big idea was to climb on the back of a green dragon."
Green dragon.
Stab it back in. Stab it back in.
Kelly, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to move myself to the big cavern.
Yep, by all means.
Yeah. Go ahead, fella. I'll watch our backs here.
Oh no, after you, my friend.
Oh well, I got the range. I don't need to necessarily be right up front.
After you, my friend.
Yeah, you say that, but you really don't sound all that friendly.
First true thing you've said all day.
Oh, shit.
Now, when we get here, Julie shows you the big cavern. Assuming he doesn't know if you've seen it yet or not. He says, "Big dome room, monster
Yeah.
protector, giant smash things, little castle." He goes, "Why little castle there? Probably something good." He goes, "That's why I'm here." He goes, "I want kill things take their stuff." He goes, "That castle probably has good stuff." He goes, "Maybe even portal deeper into this place." So, we have to deal with the giant. He goes, "You shoot it from here. We go around before you do. You distract it, we sneak into castle. We distract it, you sneak into castle. And we all in castle." He looks and he's looking at everyone as if like he's like, huh? Like he just did like the smartest person in the universe.
I will actually hand it to Julie. I think that's one of the better ideas I think I've ever heard you say.
Yeah. No, let's break it down. I'm all for that getting some stuff, little side gig. Let's do that. I'm about that.
How high is this cliff? Can it be scaled easily? Can we slide down it?
You could slide down it with a little bit of effort, but you have to be a little careful to do so. It's about 50 feet to the bottom of the cliffside.
Shit, that's deep.
Yeah, so if you're here shooting at it and we're over here, say, you distract it and we slide down and sneak to the castle, and then we'll distract it so you can get to the castle. And
Hey, Killy.
I look. Go ahead.
If it's a 50-foot slide down, right? And
Mhm.
that's a stone giant, how tall is it?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that giant even? I could stand up there and just plink it all day long, I guess.
The giant himself is, probably 20 feet tall.
Okay.
I look at Julie. I say, Julie, that's a fine idea. But are you telling me after you assaulted a green dragon, you're scared of this little giant?
He kind of pulls you in for so no one else hears and goes, "Want to see what the little guy can do."
I heard that, right? Am I not supposed to hear that?
Kelly, are there any
And
obvious?
after I go, Daz.
How do you know I ain't giving you my name yet, man.
Well,
How do you know my name?
all right, little
Same-
green blob.
Same way you followed us through the portal.
Hey, man, no. My name's Daz. I need to do a round introduction, Daz.
All right.
This is obviously your leader here. I'm just gonna call him Boss Man. I don't need his name. Who's your subordinates here, Boss Man?
Oh,
So-
Julie says,
I'm definitely saying Julie is definitely in charge of you.
Julie says, "No, boss man. Everyone pulls weight."
I said Julie's been looking for a new pet, and you seem to fit the bill.
Whoa. I'm with you. Nobody's pet.
Well, that's remain to be seen.
What's each of these blocks' squares range? Kill
5 feet.
5 feet. Okay.
Kelly, are there any obvious entrances or exits on that little castle? Like, where's the door? Is there one?
You don't have dark vision, so you can't see. Kay can, if he wants to make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. From the very edge of the cliffside, First off, the giant in the middle of the room there is kind of just bent over, searching the ground, it looks like. Don't know what he's looking for. But as you get a closer look out in the center of the cavern, first off, the ceiling of the central cavern is very, very high, easily 120 feet. This tiny 10-foot tall toyish castle actually is floating about 10 feet above an 80-foot tall mithril spindle that just juts up like a spire in the middle of the cavern itself.
80-foot
And
tall?
80 feet tall. The mithril
Oh,
spindle is 80
so
feet
the-
tall.
So
The castle is
higher than the
high.
level we're on.
It's 100 feet tall, technically, with 10
Yes,
feet
the
above.
the castle is actually floating above you. Yes, so
the plan doesn't make any sense then.
Yeah, how the
Yep.
fuck are we gonna get in the castle?
and as you're peering at it, you can see that it has a roof and battlements at the top, as well as what appears to be some sort of front entrance door.
Where's the front entrance door? Can you ping a side of it?
Ding, right there.
All right.
There
If I
is
go
nothing.
Here, if I go
There's nothing
here,
underneath that front door, though.
I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna sneak because I don't want the thing to see me.
Okay,
And I want to
you're
take a
too
little
far away,
handful of. Yeah, I want to take a little handful of dirt and kind of throw some handfuls of dirt in this general area.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Trying.
Or...
Are you trying to make noise in particular?
No, I'm not trying to make noise. I'm trying to see if there's a ramp or something I can't see to that front door.
Throwing dirt down, seeing if there's some easy ramp. Basically
like
doing
something I can't see.
Yeah, you're doing the Indiana Jones thing, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw out some dirt, seeing if there's like an invisible walkway that heads up there. Nothing.
Ah, that's weird. Huh. Well, I can get up there. Let's go back. I say I can get up there, but how is everyone else going to get up there is a problem.
Yeah,
Well,
boss
if we
man.
get
How
someone
are we
up
gonna
there,
get in there?
if we can get someone up there, we can always make like a pin or something like that, a python to, tie a rope around, throw rope down. Be a long climb, but we can get up. Or if we could somehow run rope from the top of the castle entrance over to this gap, we could make a zip line.
Do we have that much rope?
I have 50 feet on me right now.
All right, so if we bound them together, we'd have 100. Because I have 50. I don't know I don't know what the straight line length of that would be though. 80 feet up. I don't know. I was never good at geometry.
It would be a zip line heading up, but it'd be a 60 feet total.
Yeah, that's easy.
Nothing.
I think I can lift all of you. I mean, individually. So I could probably get everybody up there. What's the duration on that? Yeah, it wouldn't take me 10 minutes to fly everybody up there. I could probably do that. All right, so question is, what's the giant going to do when he sees us?
On that note, it's like, guys, we've been staying here too long, and I start moving over, and I'm gonna just walk over to here.
I'll stroll over.
All right. As you make your way to about there, Trebaron, I will need you to make a stealth check.
Excellent. Just what I want to do, because I get to make it with advantage.
1 and a 1. Got it.
Okay. Doesn't look like the giant sees you.
So keep going right over here.
Okay.
So Is
With that,
this
with that 20, you'll be able to pass by the giant undetected.
is this ledge like how much of an angle is this ledge at? This slope?
Enough that if you were to try to slide down it, I'd have you make a check to see whether or not you take any damage.
I wish I knew where Treverin was going. I should have asked him before he wandered off. I guess I'll turn around to the rest of the group and like motion like you want to slide down this like there.
Hey, boss man.
You said the
am I
cliff is
shooting this
50
guy?
feet, right?
50 feet down to the bowl in the bottom.
Okay.
Is this the part where I shoot this guy? Hello. Is this thing on?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll see.
Well, I will draw my sword and shield and say, "You guys ready?"
Julie says, "Hold on. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say, give me your hand. Give me your arm. I'm gonna do like a forearm clasp with the goblin. I'm gonna say, hold on real tight.
Whoa! Hey, hold on before what's on your mind here?
He said, just relax and hold on real tight.
No. That's what some guy tried to say to me in the bar last night. I ain't having that. No. What's going on?
'Cause I'm gonna fly us up to the castle.
Okay, I don't see the wings on you.
Don't worry about it." And Julie grabs the pommel of his sword, and he's. I'm gonna activate.
All right, let's
Call
use
upon
this.
the sword to activate its fly power.
Okay, you hear Turalai respond back in your head. May the blue winds bless your speed. And Daz, you grab on kind of haphazardly, unsure of what's happening as you watch as Julie just kind of magically, sword in one hand, you in the other, kind of floats in the air, pulling you with one huge ass arm and carries you up.
Oh shit.
And Julie, as you get to about within 10 feet of this tiny 10-foot tall castle, the view of the castle within your vision expands exponentially. And instead of being this tiny toy castle, it is a gigantic life-size castle, which is complete with this large door that enters into it. Although you can see nothing to stand on regarding the front entrance, it looks like you could easily fly up to the front door and just open it.
What about to the battlement, like to the top of the wall around it?
You could fly up to the battlements themselves as well, yes.
Yeah, I
There's
don't want to
also
go in.
yeah,
I don't
there's
want to go in.
also
I just want to go on it.
okay. There's also an open courtyard in the middle of the castle itself, it looks like.
All right, and can I still see the pit down beneath?
Yes. You can see the courtyard but underneath if you land on top of the battlements itself.
All right, I want to land roughly here with the goblin so that he can shoot down at the stone giant if need be.
Okay. So
There's a stone. Go ahead.
hang tight. You two fly to where you're about there on top of the battlements. And if you try to peer over the battlements to look down at the giant, you can hear him, but all the two of you see is darkness.
I shoot the darkness.
Any danger around?
Not that you see, but go ahead and make a perception check for me all the same.
Gotta find my character sheet. What happened to it?
If you hold the shift button and double click your character token, that'll open the character sheet.
We've been playing this how long? You just told me that?
Yeah, you two don't notice anything.
All right.
You do see what, even though you're far above it, what appears to be some sort of statue in the middle of the courtyard of what looks to be some sort of mage.
All right. After a few seconds, I'm gonna say to the goblin, "I'm gonna go get the others. I'll be back.
Okay.
Stay out of sight."
All right,
I'm gonna fly down and I'm gonna start ferrying people up.
Okay.
I'm going
Is there any-
to hide. Do a hide action.
Okay, you hide behind the battlements as you kind of wait for everybody to be ferreted up. Is there anything the rest of you are doing while this is going on?
Just waiting for them to get back.
Okay. You watch by the way, the rest of you, especially UK with your superior dark vision, watches as Julie gets closer and closer to the castle, and it seems like he just kind of gets smaller and smaller as he gets close to it. And then he gets bigger and bigger as he comes back, and he promises to ferry all of you to the top of the castle. This tiny 10-foot tall castle that you see hovering over this gigantic mithril spindle.
Any objections? Let me know.
Not at all.
All right.
Okay.
And then in no particular order, I'll start with people furthest towards the bottom of the map, I guess, from where I was. And I'm going to try to go around the storm giant, stay a reasonable distance, like 60 feet away from him,
Okay.
as I fly around.
So the entire time making a point to stay away from the giant in the middle of the cavern, you make a point of just staying out of reach, and he doesn't seem to notice you. All of you see the same thing as you make your way to the top of the battlements of this thing. This tiny 10-foot tall castle suddenly gets wider and wider and wider before your view, and you're now standing on top of not this tiny castle, but this real life-size castle. And you can see this open courtyard down below and all these battlements on top.
Any hatches or doors to the lower level from where we are?
Not based on your earlier perception check.
Kelly, as I'm just getting up there, what do I see?
Perception. You see, as you make your way, kind of examining the battlements themselves up to here, there are tiny little letters scratched into the door. Into the floor beneath you, excuse me. And you're a Dragonborn, I assume you can read Draconic.
That's a great question. Yes.
Okay. The tiny letters spell out in Draconic, knock knock.
And out loud, I'm going to say, like, questioning, like, who's there?
Silence. And if you fucking say silence, who?
So, I was just about to do that.
What were you going to say?
Silence who?
Does it appear that there's more writing at all, or just
the words scrolled into the floor? Knock knock.
I'm gonna look at them closer and like actually tap on the floor.
Okay. You tap on the floor, and you watch as a trapdoor swings open, descending down into the castle.
Okay. I'm assuming I have fallen down the trapdoor.
No.
Oh.
But the trapdoor does open in front of you.
Oh. I was like, oh, bye.
No.
Do you want to go, guys? Do you want to take a look at what's here?
Door. Let's do it.
Looks like a hole.
You descend down.
Sure.
Goblin, says Julie. Gestures him over.
Yeah, what's up, boss man?
Can you be sneaky?
Yeah, totally. I mean, you didn't know I was following you, did you?
Good. You go first.
Yeah, I'm not really the upfront. I got the crossbow and everything. I'm better at
I'm hopping down the hole.
support.
Kay skips ahead and jumps down.
Julie just
I
shakes.
follow Kay.
Yeah, Julie shakes his head in disappointment.
I mean, if you want to fly's butthole, I got you, but not frontline.
I was curious as to whether Kay literally jumped down the hole or actually tried to climb down the hole.
I did the whole like where they stand on the edge of a hole and like they do like the little bunny hop and then jump down. That's what I did, like in like action movies. You just go, Hup!
Or you mean like Wile E. Coyote does off the edge of cliffs?
No, not like a dive, just like a little hop and then down the hole.
And before everyone else joins, I look at Kay and go, getting Julia a pet was a good idea.
Was it?
Glad
Was
the
it a
Mad
good
Mage
idea?
thought of it.
Want to go down the hole?
You didn't even look to see how deep it is before you jumped.
So as you two descend down, you see the hallway in front of you is glittering. There are windows barred with crystal that look down out from the castle itself. The floor in here looks like it's made out of tiny bits of colored glass and crushed gems that have been wonderfully polished to a lustrous sheen. You can actually see, moving outside of this door to your, what would be your character's right, sending down, is moving all on its own a mop and a bucket of soapy water that is cleaning the castle floor.
Hey, we entered Fantasia.
Hang on, I gotta find that soundtrack now.
Why did you do this to us?
You jumped down the hole first.
There we go. Alright, so the rest of you following down the hole? Alright.
I'm not right away. Is there anything else up top that I can see?
Based on the earlier perception check, you can see, I will say this, looking down into the central courtyard, you can kind of make out the statue down there.
Uh-huh.
It looks to be, pull that up. It looks to be about 9 feet tall, and something of a plump-looking wizard. He is wearing some sort of helmet with blade-like fins, and seems to be reading from a spell book. The other details of the statue you can't make out from where you are.
Question from where I'm at, though.
Mm-hmm.
Given that perception check, are there any doors that I see leading into or out of the courtyard?
Yes.
How many would you say?
4, and they are crystal barred.
So it would be like north, south, east, and west. There's a door at each
Yes.
spot leading out. Okay. All right. I'm not relaying that to anyone yet. I'm following them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I am down.
Okay.
I guess. Shall we try one of these doors?
Kelly, looking around, do we see any tapestries or anything that I need to be warning Drayloff about since he's scared of them?
You do not see any tapestries. You do not see any wall carvings of dwarves, anything of that nature.
Okay.
What you do hear, if you're getting closer to this door, is what sounds like something banging or crashing around.
Seriously, the dwarf is scared of tapestries?
You also see a sign hanging over the door in a crude wood and ropen sign that has words written in chalk that say, in Draconic, homunculi unwelcome. And you also see the door is closed, but wedged into its frame is a gold coin.
Wait, when you say wedged into its frame,
Mm-hmm.
do you mean like a college dorm room where you could penny someone in?
Yep.
That's
exactly what I mean.
I read that in Draconic. Do I know what that means?
Give me an Arcana check to see if you know what it means. So, homunculi are something that a particularly powerful wizard can conjure, usually as a familiar.
And this door says homunculi unwelcome.
Correct, in Draconic.
And it's
Although it's on the outside of the door that you're looking at now. The door is wedged with this golden coin, and the sign is this crude sort of soap and rope sign.
Is the door like airtight from floor to ceiling? And by that I mean, is there a crack at the bottom of the door? Is there a keyhole, anything like that?
There's no keyhole, and it's not super airtight. There would be a little bit of a hole underneath, but
So
not to a significant degree.
if I got down on the floor and laid down and looked under the door, would I be able to see anything?
The hole would be too small to see anything.
So
That sounds like what a homunculi would do.
It's a tiny, tiny asshole. Enough to provide little resistance, but not enough to really see underneath of it.
you said we hear crashing and moving around all in there?
Yep.
If I knock on the door, not super loud, does anything happen?
The crashing stops for a minute, and then you hear banging at the door.
Banging like a person might do, or banging that something massive might do?
Something
find
bigger,
out, shall we?
something bigger than you.
I will open the door.
Well, if it's Penny Ying, you're going to have to do a hell of a good job to open that door.
I open the door then.
Good job.
The dwarf charges the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Athletics check. With advantage, because you're proficient at opening doors. Okay. BAM! So breaking open the door, scattering away, you see a creature that looks like this. However, it is easily twice your guys' size.
Question.
Mhm.
If Drelov ran into the door, did the door open inward?
Oh yeah.
Does it mean that Drelov's momentum would still be carrying him forward?
Yep.
I'll take it.
So this creature moves out of the way, and you kind of stumbled across some broken furniture as you enter into here, and nearly catch a really nasty splinter. You can see there are several tables and bookshelves and chairs and chests and rugs that have been torn across, ripped into, torn to shreds. In the center of the room, or scattered across the room, there's all sorts of random junk, most of it broken beyond repair, and as soon as you enter, the creature kind of looks annoyed at you. And then kind of does that little that thing as it backs off, and does that little tiger stalking thing where it gets up on its hind legs and it kind of runs around in a corner and gives you this evil eye.
Let's give it some privacy, shall we? And I'll show off backwards.
What was that, okay?
Let's give it some privacy, shall we? And I'll give you the probably should walk back this way, and I'll shut the door behind you.
What door?
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's still on its hinges. Just swung open.
Yeah, it's not broken off its hinges.
Okay.
I will pull the door shut again, and I will
Okay.
go, next door, please.
It kind of begins to charge the door as you shut it, and you hear a final bang as it kind of comes close.
Perhaps we should not go running through doors.
Well, that was fun, says Julie. What about this door?
Opening the door into there, you just open it straight up?
Yeah, if it'll open.
Okay. So there is a copper coin that is wedged into this one. and the door itself has a stained glass wolf's head worked into the design. But assuming you pull out that copper coin and go ahead and open the door, you can see that the room beyond is actually pretty empty, save for some cobwebs in the corners.
What are those things up top? Or
Uh,
that you're opening up now?
Aeroslits.
Yeah, that doesn't fill me with joy. Nothing in the room?
Nope, the room is otherwise empty, save for a few cobwebs.
All right. And what was this over here?
That is a crystal barred window that overlooks the darkness beyond. And there are also crystal barred windows that look down into the courtyard, down the hallway here.
Is there anything holding this door shut?
Sec.
Hmm.
There is nothing holding that door shut.
Do I hear anything behind the door?
No. I'm sorry, I take that back. The door is closed. There is a silver coin lodged into its frame.
If I take the silver coin out, will it open?
Yes.
Opening the door.
Okay. Inside is what looks like some sort of lab. You can see it's kind of a scattered mess, though. There's alchemical equipment that barely teeters on some of the tables that are threatening to crash and fall. You can see there are corridor cabinets in this room that are brimming with all sorts of alchemical equipment, including skulls, jars of miscellaneous substances, as well as leather-bound journals.
I look at Javert and I said, room's for you, I think.
I look back on why is it full of tapestries?
Books and chemistry shit.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay. There's all sorts of alchemical crap scattered all over the place. You can see what I described earlier. Cabinets with alchemical equipment, as well as leather-bound journals.
Anything stand out? Like anything that...
Make an investigation check if you're going to take the time to peruse the room.
Yep.
Nothing that you see.
Okay. Then I'll walk out.
Kelly, assuming I'm walking up, you said that there were a whole bunch of like leather-bound journals and stuff.
I did.
I'm going to approach one and pick it up. What's it written in? English or, common?
It's written in common, and it details the creation of several alchemical poisons. And as you're looking through it, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay.
Okay, nothing stands out about it to you as you're kind of peering through. Different alchemical poisons are detailed.
Question though. So while I'm glancing through it, and I'd gladly pick up others, does it give any, if it's a journal, does it give any clue as to who wrote it?
While you're traversing through, just go ahead and make a perception check for me. There is a name that stands out near the front of the journal, along with the same sort of similar scrolled handwriting. Madgoth.
Mm, I will approach the guy. I'll approach Kay and the guys, and I'll be like, um, "This journal appears to be written by someone by the name of Madgoth. Is is anyone familiar with this, or anybody heard anything of this? I assume."
So,
Hmm.
question, Killy?
Mm-hmm.
Being someone who typically has a lot of library access and studies a lot, would I recognize that name?
Make a history check with advantage. You've heard the name come up in various historical records of prominent magi. The rumor is he disappeared a long time ago, like centuries ago.
Does this journal seem like it's centuries old?
No.
Okay, I will
It's hard
quickly relay that.
So if you relate that, does it, through your studies or your knowledge of him, is he someone that we should be rifling through their laboratories, like reacting poorly to this?
If he's as strong as I know him to be, or as I've read him to be, probably not the best idea.
Then perhaps we should continue with a little bit more caution.
Yeah.
While everybody's in there, I'm gonna be looking around and at things at my height, under things and stuff like that, see if I see anything.
Make an investigation check. You do notice hiding underneath one of the cabinets is what appears to be some sort of stopped glass vial. As you pick it up, it feels like, well, there's nothing really inside of it. It's just an empty glass vial. And then when you grab it in order to, pull it out, it looks like nothing's inside of it, but it feels like there's liquid in it.
All right, I'm just gonna surreptitiously pocket that real while everybody's talking about books and shit.
Mm-hmm. You're going to try to do it outside of the purview of everyone?
Well, I mean, there's only two other in here, and they're talking about books and looking at it, so I'm just gonna.
Well, she's still going to do a sleight of hand check.
Yep.
Wow.
You try to kind of hide it away in your bags, and you fumble it around. And then you almost nearly drop it, and the two of you are momentarily stunned as you turn around and watch as Daz takes this stoppered glass vial and just kind of sticks it in his bags. Very, very slowly, clearly aware that you guys are now watching him do it.
Do I watch him fumble for a second before he puts it away? Do I have to, toss it through the air?
Absolutely.
What you got over there?
Yeah, no, just found this glass bottle that, I thought I'd put a drink in later on. It's kind of cool looking. There's nothing in there, so it's just empty glass bottle, so I thought I'd keep it.
Well, with that said, I'm going to turn around and be like, you should really watch what you're messing around with in here. But if it's just an empty glass bottle, I see no harm.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I like where your head is at, Dragon Man. Are you sure you're not the leader?
I would not say so.
I will give you a glare.
I'm gonna go ahead and check this quarter down here.
I say we should move on, although I am going to pocket that book, that journal.
Okay.
Killy, is there more than just the one journal in the room?
There's a couple of other journals that have detailed different other alchemical things, some of them potions, poisons, various transmutation spells. They're all works of Madgoth, it looks like.
You said there's various alchemical supplies in here?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Just want to see something. All right, no, that's cool. I just wanted to check something first. All right. But I will reiterate we should uh move forward with caution and not just.
But by the way, Treverin, while you're looking down here, you see another mop and bucket moving entirely on their own, polishing this crystal floor.
I'd like to walk up to the mop and bucket and see if it reacts to me at all.
Just walking up to it?
Yep.
No, it just maneuvers around you, continuing to polish the floor.
Can you spell that guy's name for me really quick, Kel? Thank you.
In one of the spots that they haven't mopped yet in this little area, is there some loose dirt?
This may be a little bit of loose dirt. Certainly
Okay.
drawn in.
What I'd like to do is use mold earth to move the loose dirt from wherever it's at, right on top of the spot they just cleaned to see what it does.
Okay. The mop momentarily stops. It dips into the bucket, raises up, takes one big swing, and throws a bunch of dirty mop water into your face. And then it resumes cleaning.
I thought you were going to jump on top of the mop and bucket and like ride it around like a cat on a Roomba. Oh. All right. Moving forward cautiously.
So I use mold earth to lift the. Actually, no, no, I don't even do that. I just walk. I pick up the bucket of water and tip it over.
Oh.
Roll initiative.
Everybody?
Nope, just Kate Treverin.
Oh.
This isn't going to take that long. So when you do that, you watch as the mop, moving on its own volition, is going to reach up and attempt to just smack you. You take a point of damage as the blunt end of the mop smacks you hard across the face.
Oh!
Okay.
You're up next.
I use my action to stand the bucket back up.
Okay. There's no more water left in it.
That's fine.
Anything else?
Then I take out my where is it? My water skin, and I put a little bit of water back into the bucket for him.
Okay. Initiative will end and it will resume cleaning up your mess.
Okay.
Moving forward to this door, is there anything written on the outside?
Not on this door. There's nothing that stands out about this door in particular.
If I lean forward and listen to the door, do I hear anything on the other side?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to open the door slowly.
Okay. Inside, you can see that the walls, the floor, and the ceiling of this chamber are completely scorched. There are several blackened pieces of furniture, shards of smoky glass, and charred splinters of both wood and bone strewn across this chamber.
I'm going to close the door slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I don't think you want to go in there.
What'd you see there, Dragon Man?
You're more than welcome to investigate, but I highly
No, I trust you. If you just tell me what you saw, I believe it.
What looked like the inside of an oven.
Okay.
Walk down closer. Anything here, Kelly?
You see this door frame. The door frame here has an electrum coin wedged into it.
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
The wedged in coins, is there anything I'm picking up about that at all?
Only that somebody must have put them there.
Is there any noise coming from the other side of the door?
Not that you hear.
I'm gonna gently knock on the door.
No response. Julie, you can see another bucket and mop moving on their own volition in this corner.
um, I'll remove the coin, but I'm intending to put it back and just open the door if I can.
Okay. Where's my reveal? There it is. Inside, you see a monstrous throne made out of iron and stained glass that commands the center of this chamber. Its armrests are shaped like claws. Laid before the throne is a rug that is 15 feet in diameter that bears the image of some large gaping maw.
Do I see anything else inside the room?
Not other than what I described. It looks somewhat monstrous, in truth.
The rug?
The rug and the throne have
Yeah.
something of a monstrous appearance with the gaping maw and the claws on the armrests and the feet. But
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? Whether my character would know it or not, I ain't walking onto that rug. I'm closing the door.
okay. Shoot. All right.
When I play Baldur's Gate, I certainly don't say, "Hey, let me go walk on this obvious trap." Um, I'll tell the guys whoever didn't look into the room at the same time what was in there. I'm gonna keep walking forward to the right. You said there's another mop and bucket over this way?
Yep.
Anything at this door?
You see, the door into this room is actually missing some stained glass window panes. There's tiny shards of glass stuck in the iron frame. That suggests that somewhere along the way the glass was smashed. You can actually peer past the shattered glass panes to see the room behind. It is dusty and empty except for a few cobwebs, much like the room opposite of it.
You mean the directly opposite diagonally? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say maybe we should just keep looking for someone that we might talk with before we start going into these places.
I can agree to that.
I'm going to continue moving northward. Oh, Kelly, I didn't hear you mention. Is that a stairwell down over here?
Yep.
Okay.
So is the one over here.
Anything by
What's
this?
You see, there is a shattered glass pane to this door, and peering inside, you actually can see a few bats that look like they're floating around in the chamber inside.
Is that the north one or the southern one?
The southern one. Here.
Bats flying around?
Yep.
Is that door locked as well with a coin or no?
This door is not locked with a coin, but the door is locked if you try to open it.
Looking through the waycall, can I make out like anything specific about the bats?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, man, those bats look tasty. I've had bat before. Those are really juicy looking bat.
I could eat.
Yeah, look, the boss says we could eat. You want me to? I could shoot those bats really easy.
Hold on.
The bats peer back at you, directly at you, and you could swear that there's something of a sinister smile behind them.
don't think we should try to eat those bats. In fact, I think we should leave those bats just where they are.
Not really. I mean, I could hit them really easy. Remember, fly's butthole? These bats are bigger than a fly. I could totally get them.
No, I got it. Hey, Killy.
Where's
Oh.
the quick save button?
Killy. So
Uh-huh.
so far throughout the rooms, we've seen obviously an experimental laboratory. We've seen a homunculus that is more or less locked into his own room, which I assume could be a wizard's familiar, which you said
Mhm.
quite possibly. Um, do I get the impression that all of these rooms are for experimentation of one kind or another?
The only room that stands out as being specifically for experimentation was the alchemist's laboratory. There's the one that the homunculus is in, you assume to be probably some sort of study at one point or another, despite being now completely torn asunder. The rest of the rooms, there's the throne room, and then there's a bunch of empty rooms, except for one that is covered in scorch marks.
And the bats.
And these bats that are floating around this locked door.
Well, my logic going here was, okay, we've got a room that's scorched. We've got two rooms that are empty. We've got the alchemy laboratory, and then we've got this room with two bats locked inside of it. Like, when you run tests on animals and stuff like that, usually you like would keep them where you can get to them. That's the impression. Am I trying to get that? Or I'm not trying to get that. Am I getting that from that feeling?
Hard to say.
Okay. Well, let's see what's in the last room upstairs before we head downstairs. Draylo?
What's in this door? Or can I open this door?
There is a silver coin wedged into the frame of this one.
I pull the coin out and open the door.
Okay. You can see inside there is several things. There is, hanging against the walls, at least 6 tridents just hung across the wall. In the middle of the southern wall is what looks to be a rectangular mirror set into a stone frame. In front of this mirror, I'm hearing myself echo from somebody's... Okay. Hanging in front of this mirror, you see an 8-foot-tall statue of what looks like some sort of mermaid fish creature that is in the middle of blowing a conch shell, but its lower body is not been carved out yet.
It's made of stone.
This statue is made of stone, yes. Looks like it.
Those tridents look valuable?
A little bit.
Let us see. Any objections to me going in there?
Nope. I'll step away from the door down here.
Are you asking out of character, or is Julie actually asking the group?
No, I guess Julie would say, those tridents look valuable. Might as well get something for all this trekking around up here.
Go ahead, boss man.
Yeah, so I'll follow you in.
Yeah, we haven't got anything yet.
They're on this wall here?
There are all across the room. There are 6 of them total.
Alright, I'm just going to walk around and see which ones look valuable. Maybe made out of a special kind of metal or encrusted with gems, that type of thing. And I'm just going to...
They all look to be fairly valuable, and in fact, each one has their own precious gem imbued into it, of a different color.
And the statue is someone blowing a conch shell.
Yep. Looks like a mermaid folk person, unfinished, blowing a conch shell.
And where's the mirror?
It is in the middle of the southern wall. And actually, as you're wandering around, you can actually look at the mirror, and the stone frame that it is set into, etched into the bottom of that frame are the letters TUOYAW.
All right.
Kelly,
What?
can you repeat that? T-U-O?
I just typed it in the chat.
You just typed it out.
Oh.
Tuoyaw.
And what gems are represented within the tridents?
Ruby, sapphire, emerald, amethyst, citrine, and turquoise.
So there's 5 tridents.
6. I believe I gave 6 gems.
Ruby,
Ruby,
sapphire, emerald, citrine, turquoise,
and amethyst.
amethyst.
Where's the mirror at?
The center of the southern wall.
Right here?
Yep.
And the letters are in
It's
Chat.
common? No, I know, but are they written in common?
Yes.
Okay. And Julie will note that where you two hold up the frame to a mirror, it would say "way out."
That's what I was going to say, but go ahead.
All right.
Julie, even knowing that anagram type stuff would make me laugh. So I'd chuckle a little bit.
Well,
Hey.
it's just way out backwards.
He's gifted.
Did we find a way out? Is that how we get out of this castle? Are we done in here?
Julie will put his hand up to the mirror and just touch it gently.
Okay. It's a flat mirror.
Seems solid. Seems solid enough.
Yep.
All right. How are these tridents attached to the wall?
They are hung on rungs.
All right. Whichever one's over here, say. So let's see. There's 6, right? So
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's assume 1 here, 2 on this wall, and 3 on this wall. And then the mirror's here. Make sense? Like where
There-
Julie is 1, over here is 2, over here is 3, and then there's a
Here.
mirror here.
So there's 1 right here. 1 right here. 1 right here.
I'm not seeing pings.
At all?
Not
No,
See
I'm
that?
not seeing them either.
Well,
I'm
what
not
the
seeing
fuck?
anything.
Are you on the DM layer?
Oh, yeah, that might be it. All right. 1 right here. How about now?
Yep.
Okay. 1 right there. 1 right there. 1 right there. 1 right here. And 1 right here, right next to the mirror.
All right, the one over here.
Mm-hmm.
Julie's going to carefully. He's going to put his hand on it, see if anything happens.
Yeah, it goes to try to stab you on its own volition.
Oh, just by touching it?
Yep. And in
Nice.
fact, all of the tridents animate and move to attack. Now I need everyone to roll
yay.
initiative.
No, damn, crit.
Question for somebody who was actually walking down toward the staircase. Do I even know what's going on in that room?
Not yet necessarily, but you'll need to roll initiative all the same.
Okay. Oop, Jesus, that's the wrong button.
A crit fail.
All right.
Let's make things interesting. I'm going to whip out my two-handed sword and charge the southern blade here.
Okay. Well, the 10 will miss.
Couldn't guess.
And the 26 will not. So, go ahead and roll damage for that. All right. You nearly break the thing in 2 on its weak point, but it is still moving.
All right, that's for sure.
Draw off, you're up next.
I'm on dash action. 2. Well, to the door that I see shit's up, then I'm gonna run over to this trident here.
Okay.
But I can't take an action, so.
All right. The tridents will go next. The two right next to Julie are going to move in an effort to try to attack you. I don't think either of those beat your AC. Oh,
One's
19
tie.
does.
The first one's a tie. Yeah.
Okay. It gets reduced to 0 because you're a heavy armor master. So, point is moot. Well, the two next to you, Daz, are going to move in to attack you. And those will both miss. The one you're next to, Growlithe, will attack you. And the one next to K will attack him. That one will crit.
Oh, that sucks.
Treverin, you're up next.
I look at Julia saying, all the effort you put in leading this group, you got this, right? And I make 5 feet step out. See if he responds.
Kind of busy at the moment.
And I continue on out the door.
Okay. Are you done for your turn?
Yep.
Julie.
I'm going to try to grab the one that I was going to pick up.
All right. Make a athletics check. It will use its acrobatics to try to dodge it. All right, you grab it.
All right, and I'm going to basically I want to use it to try to pin the other one against the wall.
Okay. Go ahead and make another athletics check. Okay. You managed to pin two of them against the wall, using one to pin the other.
How hard are they struggling? Is it anything I can't handle?
They're struggling, but you're able to keep them pinned.
Oh. Okay.
Anything else? I guess that would be your action.
I'm sorry. That's the end of my turn. Yeah.
Okay. Daz.
All right, I'm gonna use bonus action and disengage.
Okay.
And
You have a
then
level in Rogue? Did I miss something? Oh no, you're
Nope.
Goblin. You can do that. That's right. Okay.
And then I'm going to move to the door here. I'm going to turn around and fire at that sword right there.
Okay. Okay. This new goblin that has joined your party that has bragged that he can hit a fly's butthole from an obscene degree. You watch as not only does this arrow fired from his crossbow miss entirely, it nearly goes flying straight out the arrow slit that is easily on the other side of the room, straight in front. Nowhere close to hitting the target. He's like, oh shit, let me try that again. And he loads it up and he fires a second time, and the second time will hit.
That's it.
Okay. Singe, you're up next. You can kind of hear a scuffle in front of you, or behind you, I should say.
All right. Hearing the scuffle. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'll move to there. It's about as far as I could get to see what the hell's going on. As I run into Treverin in the hallway, I'm going to wait, what the hell is going on?
I immediately respond. Julie decided to play with some tridents, and I think they're kicking his ass.
All right.
While you guys go ahead.
I know, and then I will. I'll just keep moving that way afterward. But I'm not going to do any actions, as it were, because I can't see what I'm walking into yet.
Hiding in this room was a disturbing creation of an archmage. Not of the archmage that lives in this tower, but one that was placed there by Hallister Blackcloak himself, combining the essences of both an underdark terror known as a roper and another creature known as a mimic. So, this mimic roper creature is the statue. As it begins to move, you watch as the conch shell kind of just melts into its arm, and it begins to grow multiple arms, and then those arms begin to lash out at whatever's closest. There will be 4 arms, tendrily arms, that will lash out at the 4 creatures in this room. Starting with Julie, which will miss. Then one at Dreloff, which will grapple you. See if I have a special one for that. Alright, we'll just use the net then. Alright, so, Dreloff, this hand, this weird clay-like hand kind of wraps around your body. Okay. That'll get you.
No, it's not.
Alright. You hear it coming from behind, you raise up a shield, and you manage to block it. And then finally one at Daz, which will get you.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Treverin and Singe, you watch as he says that in the doorway, and this weird clay-like arm just suddenly wraps around him. After those 2 go out and manage to grapple you, you, Daz, are pulled right back into the room. Dreloff, you are pulled closer to the body of this creature. And then finally, it's going to bite into you, Dreloff. I just gotta make sure it doesn't get advantage. I don't remember if it does or not. I don't think it does. No, okay. It's going to attempt to bite into you. Missing, despite you being grappled. So you watch as the mouth of this merfolk creature suddenly becomes obnoxiously large, far more so to the point where it's off-putting, and its teeth are extra sharp as it tries to bite down on top of you. It happens to miss, though. Okay, you're up at the top of the round.
So I'm actually going to take a step between the groper, or the roper, whatever the fuck it's called, and the blade below me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my first swing at the blade.
Mm-hmm. 11 will miss.
Okay. And I'm going to take my second swing at the roper then.
Okay, 21 will hit.
I want to specifically see if I can cut the arm off holding Draloff.
Okay, you can.
Cool.
And you do enough damage that you manage to cut the tendrils completely clean off. Draloff, you are no longer grappled.
Cool.
That's my turn?
Okay, Draloff, you're up next.
Oh, be next.
I'm gonna roar at it, and we'll get enraged.
Okay.
And I'm going to reckless attack, and I'm gonna call Great Weapon Master for the next 2 swings. On the big ugly in the middle.
Alright, make 5 to the roll and plus 10 damage if it hits. That crit's certainly going to do it. And the 20 will be reduced to a 15 with your Great Weapon Master, which will not hit.
Alright, so the first one on?
Yep, so roll damage for the crit. And we'll add 10 on top of the total roll. So 30 points of damage against the creature.
Cool.
Alright, you cut deep into the clay of this creature. You watch as bits of it kind of go flying off, and as it flies off and kind of hits the sides, it turns away from clay into some more of this weird sort of amorphous form. Now, because you have Great Weapon Master and you just crit, you can't attack again as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Swing again.
Okay, that one will hit. You didn't declare Great Weapon Master on that, so...
Shit. Alright.
Alright, 16 points of damage on that swing. The Roper Mimic is looking a little hurt. That your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Julie, you get swarmed by these flying tridents as they all attempt to stab into you. Miss. One will attack you, Draloff. The other one will attack Kay. Draloff and Kay. And those will both miss. Treverin.
If you rolled the 18 for me, that'll hit. I'm at 18 right now. I'm not wearing a shield.
You still shielded. No, you hasn't been your turn. It hasn't been your turn.
It has
Yep,
my
yep.
turn, yeah.
Okay, then you'll take 5 points of damage.
Hey, Killy. Treverin was walking towards me, right?
Yeah.
So he would not have seen the tentacle wrap around the goblin and pull it back into the room, right?
That depends on whether or not Treverin is one of those guys that chooses not to look behind him.
Because I would like
Heroes
to
don't
say
look back at explosions.
I'd like to say my reaction would be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Well, and to be fair, Mikey's character said something when he got grappled anyway.
Oh, he did say
that
something.
too.
Yeah. So that would have drawn my attention to it. Now I turned around and said, "Oh Lord, now what have they gotten into?" I'll go back up. I'll go here to look in to see what's going on.
You see this weird arm still grappled around Daz being pulled into the merfolk's mouth, the statue you saw earlier, but instead of there's no conch shell to be seen, and its mouth is open, and a weird, way too large angle filled with rows of sharp teeth.
Yeah, and I'll just sigh, and I'll be like, "Good grief!" There, turn around. Julie gets into more trouble, and I will cast magic missile on the roper.
Ouch! God damn this fucking thing!
All right, the missiles go impacting into the central body of this weird statue-like creature. It kind of rears back a little bit, but it's still struggling to try to defend this place.
Okay, and that's my turn.
All right, Julie, you're up next.
All right, I'm going to move to here.
You're going to take 4 attacks of opportunity.
I know. I'm going to let go of the tridents and just try to rush away from them and get over here. You can go ahead and roll your attacks of opportunity.
Okay. That one's probably going to hit you. 6 points. And that one's going to hit you for 2.
I'm going to activate my totem.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the roper.
Go for it.
Yeah, boss man. Cut the arm that's holding me like that other guy did.
13 will miss, 20 will not. All right. Are you going for him, or are you going for the arm grappling Daz?
The arm.
Okay. In that case, you slice the arm clean off, and Daz is no longer grappled.
Okay, now I'm going to do an action surge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to attack the roper itself.
Go for it. 25 will hit, 18 will not. All right. You cut wide across the creature's body. You watch as bits of statue begin to fall off, more amorphous blobs. All right, that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Daz, you're up.
All right. I will perform the disengage maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Move to here. Turn around and shoot said roper.
All right. Okay, 28 hits.
And the 23 also.
Yes. All right, so both bolts fired loose from the crossbow, managing to hit a much larger target with relative ease. They sink deep. You watch as bits of black blood begin to spew forth from this creature. It is not going to hold steady for much longer. That it for your turn, Daz?
That is it.
Singe.
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll make it to here, and I will attempt to. Well, you know what, Kelly? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it to here, if that's cool. That's 25.
Yep.
And upon seeing, this stupid thing doing what it was doing, I'm going to.
Okay.
Oh, that was terrible rolls.
It fails to save anyway, so it'll take the 6 points of damage.
Wait, did
It
that
racks
roll right?
around.
Yeah,
Yep.
roll 2d12. Okay.
You rolled 2 3s on the TZ12, so.
Yeah. No, I had to double check.
All right.
I switched to the stupid the
Dice.
yes
3D dice.
yes,
Okay.
and I couldn't see where the rolls were. That's what.
I see. All right. So this creature's looking a lot worse off, but he is not quite down for the count. Are you done with your turn, Singe?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is its turn next. With the 2 remaining tentacles it has, it will lash out at both Kay and Draloff. Starting with Draloff. 19, I think, is going to get you. Did not mean to roll that initiative again.
Yeah, 19.
So, all right, you are grappled again. And then Kay will miss. All right, with you grappled again, it's going to pull you in and attempt to take a bite of you. Hitting you for 16, reduced to 8 points of piercing damage. Finally, at the end of its turn, the 2 tendrils it's missing will grow back. Kay, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna try and swing again first for that sword,
Mm-hmm.
or the scepter, or whatever.
Okay, you're hitting you're going for which one? The trident behind you? Okay,
Yeah.
that'll hit you. That'll hit it then. All right, wow, that's a lot of damage in one swing. All right, you take it out. You cleave it into 2, and it just shatters against the floor.
And second swing, I turn my attention to Draloff being roped again.
Okay, 27 hits. You cut off that tendril. Draloff is no longer grappled.
Let's try this again, shall we? That'll be it.
Draloff, you're up next.
Okie dokie. Reckless swing. Great weapons master on the next 2 hits.
Okay, and against what target?
Big ugly.
Okay, taking the -5 to each of those rolls with Great Weapon Master applied, neither attack will hit.
End my turn.
Okay. The remaining tridents are going to float down right up next to Julie. One of them also next to Singe, but they're all going to go after Julie. That one will hit you for 1 point. That one will hit you for 1 point. What's your AC? 19. That one will hit you for 4 points. And that one will miss you. And then the last one next to you, Draloff, will attack you. And that one will miss. Treverin. All right, Firebolt at the Roper, crit.
Oh, nice.
Nice roll.
40-10.
Holy fuck.
25 points of fire damage. So,
Sick.
Treverin, being completely unamused by all of this, seeing you struggle against this weird mix of Mimic and Roper, will casually just kind of shake his head, raise up his staff, flick it, as if he were flicking like a Joy-Con controller for a Switch, and you watch as a gigantic firebolt just kind of weaves its way right past Singe and the trident, right past Julie, impact hard into the creature, and cause bits of amorphous glob to just spill all over the room. The central Roper mimic creature is dead. Treverin, would you like to move at all? You are muted in Discord.
By the way, good roll.
Nah, I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Julie, you're up.
Sighing the whole time, by the way.
I'm sure.
I'm going to attack this trident.
All right. 25 will hit.
Sorry, it should be a 15 because my totem is only good for 1 round.
Okay. 15 will not hit.
All right, then just take the 25 from my second attack on it.
Yep. All right. That one is badly injured and about ready to fall over, but it is not quite there yet.
No, that's it. That's my action.
All right, Daz, you're up.
Gonna move here.
Mm-hmm.
And then perform a hide action.
Okay. In order to sufficiently perform a hide action, you need to be behind total cover of the creature you're trying to hide behind. So you'll have to move at least against the wall if you're going to try to hide.
All right, then I'll be right there.
Okay, just make a stealth check for me. Okay, you are sufficiently hidden.
And then I'm going to shoot that trident right there.
Okay, roll with advantage. 25 will hit, 14 will not. All right.
Okay, that's it.
That one will actually go down as you strike that one. You watch as the arrow kind of impacts into it, and as it impacts into it, it just kind of flips over and clinks onto the ground. Singe, you're up.
I'll move up one. And I will attempt to attack the one directly north of me.
Okay. Miss.
Oh.
Done for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you're up.
I will charge up to these two, and I will take 2 swings at the one directly above me.
Okay. 25 will hit, as will 20. All right, taking 2 swings into that one. That one will go down.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, draw off.
I'm going to turn around and thwack the one behind me.
Okay.
Reckless attack and great weapons master on the next 2.
Okay. Crit. And the Great Weapon Master on the 20 will not make it land. Alright, so that'll be another 30 points of damage. That one gets shattered into a bajillion pieces as you come down hard with your axe.
Alright, I'm going to move up to here, and the one to my right in front of me, I'm going to hit. I get a bonus swing because of the crit,
Correct.
right? Alright. Great weapons master on the next one. That's a 19.
That will hit. Alright, that'll be 26 points of damage, and that will shatter that one into a bajillion pieces.
Okay. I guess that's it for my turn.
Alright, the last remaining trident is just going to try to stab Julie one more time. It doesn't, because it's a dinky little piece of shit. Treveron, you're up.
Something tells me that's not what you thought of before you put these in here.
I thought of it when I saw the encounter.
I'll go ahead and move in. See that there's still one up. Still shaking my head. And firebolt the last trident.
Okay. Miss. It goes impacting into the wall.
Yep.
Wait, am I up soon? No. If it's not
Soonish.
dead, Warhammer. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yep. Dog.
Yep. That's my turn.
Julie. Plays out keyboard get.
I'll attack the one that's left.
Okay. $15 will miss. 28 is a crit, and obviously won't. Now, is that a natural 20?
Yeah, let me ask you something. Since these are inanimate objects, shouldn't I be doing max damage?
They are not inanimate objects. In fact, they are very much animate.
No, but I mean, they're not. Oh, I don't know. What's the thing say? Hold on. When I attack an object and I hit, I maximize my weapon damage. So I should be.
Yeah, you should be doing max
full
damage on them. Okay.
Nice.
Even with the natural 20 and the 46, I imagine, yeah, that would be enough that you would just take this thing clear out. So.
Yeah. So let me just roll it.
Fuck that sharp. You just wanted to show that off.
I know. and then because it's a 20, I get to see if I lop a limb off.
It doesn't have any limbs, but I see. Okay.
I had fun making all these buttons. I want to use them.
All right. So, Tiralai slamming hard into these animate tridents. You managed to shatter the last one in 2 pieces. You're out of combat.
All right, let's pick up all the gems from the tridents.
Okay. The gems themselves, as a collective sum, are worth about 150 gold for the collection for all of them.
All right, and search that mimic roper thing.
Unfortunately, that does not have anything valuable on it. Nope, sorry, I had to take that back. I just missed this line of text. So, searching the roper, you find 5 misshapen diamonds worth 100 gold apiece. So, 500 gold worth there. My apologies.
500 gold.
Yep, 500 gold worth of diamonds in that one.
Oh, on the body of the
Yep.
roper.
Yep.
Okay, and then the mirror.
The mirror itself is still intact.
Hey, boss man, I'm just letting you know I happen to be a very accomplished jeweler. So, if you let me hold one of those diamonds, I can make it into a nice pendant or something for you.
Julie will respond when we split shares. If you want to take yours in stones, we can do that.
Oh, okay, that's how it works here. Okay.
Julie taps the mirror. Does it sound hollow behind it?
Nope.
Before I do anything, because I wouldn't want to act out of turn. Julie will. Who's close? Kay, Singe. Ask them what they think that the word in common means.
What way out means?
Well, it's not way out. It's way out backwards.
Yeah, but I'm gonna look at it and go, what way out means?
Well, I'm thinking maybe smash mirror, something behind. Does the mirror move? Does the stone framework slide or
Nope. It is fixed
pull or?
into the wall, in fact.
I'm gonna shatter the mirror.
It does not shatter.
I hit it with the pommel of my sword.
Nothing happens.
Huh.
Is there anything? I look in the room and I look in the mirror, and I'm trying to spot a different something different. When I look in the room in the mirror, is there anything different than when I'm just looking at the room?
Looking just at the mirror and the reflection that it provides of the room, nothing stands out.
That's weird. Why would there be a mirror here? Julie wonders out loud.
Well, you just saw me hit it with the pommel of my sword and couldn't break it, so something's weird about it.
Who's got the Meet George Jetson chime going on?
It's from the Civilization 4 soundtrack.
Okay.
Oh,
How
you're
do
talking
you know,
about
you uncultured swine?
you're talking about someone else with the phone chime. I don't know who that is.
That's my George Jetson's texting. I happened to go off while I had the button talk to test fucking push the talk button down. Any other suggestions with this mirror? Julie's looking for help. Julie's looking for help here. He's not sold. There's something here. He doesn't believe there'd be a mirror here in a wizard's castle without a purpose.
I take off running and jump at the mirror.
You bounce off it like rubber.
Yeah, boss man, I got no idea. Magic mirrors, maybe they steal your soul. I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
I mean, we got a little scratch on the side here. That thing got a little grabby. I'm not too happy with that, but we're good.
All right.
You descending down the stairs there?
I'm waiting for the rest of the group, but that's my intention.
I gotta say, there's a whole bunch of hashtag Me Too violations going on in that room. I was not happy with that.
God. All right. So are y'all descending down the stairs, going onto the floor below?
What about that other door over there?
Yes.
All right. For what it's worth, Crow, you are still muted in Discord if you were saying something earlier.
No, I was just moving around, following Kay
Okay.
down the stairs.
I'll drag you down there. Maybe. Someone just moved their token back, and I don't know who. Oh, there you are. All right. Give me a minute to reveal some shit. Okay, so descending down the steps into the second floor of this strange castle, you can see long purple rugs with golden trim, as well as wood-framed portraits of different wizards covering the floor on this chamber. Where the halls widen, you can actually see carved oaken chairs padded with red velvet are available to weary travelers along the circuit. At the floor of each of the chair rests an ottoman. There are also crystal-barred windows that face the courtyard, the central courtyard.
Anything written on this door?
No.
I open the door.
As soon as you open the door, you can smell the faint smell of charcoal. And inside, you can see there's a canopy bed sitting against the southern wall. Its black curtains have been drawn down. You can also see a coat rack by the door, an empty chest with clawed feet, an empty wardrobe with a slender mirror on the inside of its door, if you take the time to look, as well as a writing desk with a matching chair.
Does
Sorry,
it
guys.
look like it's collecting dust, or does it look like someone's been here recently?
It looks like it's not like it's been sitting here a while. This has seen travel.
Okay.
And there's a faint scent of charcoal emanating from the room.
Sorry about that, guys. The dog just didn't want to come back in.
Charcoal. Why would it?
Probably a
And I don't see any
person on
like
the bed.
fireplaces or anything in there, right?
You don't see any fireplaces in there.
Why would there be charcoal?
So it smells like charcoal, is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have like a sulfur-like charcoal smell to it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a check on this?
What kind of check?
Well, knowing what my guy deals with and what he studied with,
Trey,
either
could you just roll
religion,
Arcana? Sorry.
either religion or
Oh,
history.
I gotta throw this out here because you weren't there. So they were looking at the mirror that I described earlier in the upstairs.
Southern wall. Yeah.
Yeah, those Arcana checks were for that, to
Oh.
see if they could find anything else more about it. I didn't call for those checks. They didn't find anything about it anyway.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
But
so you're saying
you did miss our dwarf try to run into it though.
Yeah, which we bounced off like rubber.
You know,
All right.
they used to put people like that in institutionalized homes.
And then they've opened this door, and it looks kind of like a guest room or something, but it smells like charcoal.
Is there any evidence of like fire or burning, or with my innate casting ability of fireball and fire bolts, does anything look like someone's had some fun in here? No, we're dealing with a mage.
You don't see any evidence. Just looking in the room, you don't see any evidence of any errant fireball spell or anything of the sort.
Does anything in the room seem ritualistic?
No. It looks like a bog standard guest room. You see a canopied bed with its black curtains drawn down. You see the coat rack near the door, and a chest, a wardrobe, and a writing desk with a matching chair.
Are they?
I'll
Are
pull
the
back the
curtains like
curtains on the
typical?
bed.
No, never mind.
Okay. The second you pull back the curtains, the smell of charcoal becomes nearly overwhelming. And you see, lying in the bed, is the charred remains of a human skeleton, clad in burnt robes, and clutching the blackened stub of a wooden wand. The bed itself is completely undamaged, although the covers are stained with ash from the remains.
I'm gonna have Treverin come in and take a look at this because it's outside of my outside of my wheelhouse. Other than to offer a prayer for the deceased.
What is it? What do you see in there?
So the bed looks undamaged, yet this body obviously has been burnt to a crisp in some form or manner because there's ash.
Correct.
And the drapery or the curtains and everything else, nothing about the bed is at all damaged.
Not that you see.
I look under the bed. Anything there?
Not that you see.
I'm gonna reach out and break off a hand and put it in my pack.
Okay, it breaks off easily enough, this charred or skeletal hand.
Yeah, hey, I mean, this guy looks like a caster. He might be the guy I'm looking for. I'm just gonna take a little piece just in case, you know. If you don't mind that.
If you must.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's lucrative for all of us. I just got to be careful, just in case. You're doing a great job, though. Yeah. I'm gonna go back here, though.
He does
I
sound
turned
like
to
Bobby
Santos.
Boucher.
We gotta keep a closer eye on that little one. Something not right about that boy.
He does sound like Bobby Boucher.
To be
Mama said, dead mages get their hand cut off.
to be fair, it's not as if it's the weirdest thing you guys have ever seen a party member do with someone's hand.
He's right, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm not balking at it. I just turned to say we gotta keep a closer eye on that dude.
Chili, I'm gonna take a closer look at the body and the rest of the room. Is there anything I notice in here? Anything out of the ordinary? Anything that might be available to take with us? Anything like that?
Nothing beyond what I've already described. It does stand out to you that this body has been burned to a crisp, but the bed seems to be relatively unscathed, as is anything else in this room.
In my travels as a cleric, is that anything that I would have ever seen before?
Unlikely.
Okay. Alright. I'll perform last rites and kind of move on.
Okay.
I move over to inspect this door.
Okay. The door, as you take a closer look at it, appears to be locked. No coin wedged in this one.
Oh, just for reference, which stair did we come down?
The one, yeah, right over there.
And are these stairs descending as well?
Yes.
Okay, so they descend down from this level. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
I turn to our goblin friend. Hey, Daz. History has shown me that goblins are usually pretty handy with their hands. You have any lock picking abilities?
Yeah. I mean, I can I dabble at a thing or two. I mean, you're not trying to. Are you gonna tell anybody that I can do that? Like, are you the fuzz or something?
Are you the fuzz?
Well, trust goes both ways, and that's the only thing I'll answer to that. It's like, why don't you try picking this lock?
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. That dwarf's got to go because he still gives me the willies. Dwarves and goblins, we're not quite fresh. Ah! Hey, back up, man. All right, let me work at this.
Mama say goblins are mad because they got all those teeth, but they've got no toothbrush.
They mad because of their medulla oblongatus.
All right, here we go. Giving it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, why
Wow.
hit an advantage? Just take that first one.
Okay. So you are surprisingly good at managing to pick the locks on these doors, and I gotta say the DC to pick this lock was also happened to be about a 23. So
Oh shit!
damn good
I
roll.
mean, oh shit.
So you managed to pick the lock and open the door. Inside,
All right, it's open. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna watch our backs here.
in the middle of the room, or excuse me, in the corner of the room, you see a fairly large octo-bass, which is an extremely large and rare bowstring instrument, for those who aren't aware.
God damn it, I was thinking a big fish with 8 heads.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. It's a sequel to
Octobarrel.
Octopussy.
It's,
8-eyed bass.
Gilly, you almost
no.
had a gazebo moment.
That's why I clarified it at the gate. An octobass, which is basically kind of like a giant cello, is sitting in the corner of the room there. And as soon as you kind of peer in the room and open the door, you hear a muffled voice cry back,
"Oh, you there! Help me! For the love of all gods, help me! Free me before the mad goth wakes!"
You were talking fish? Is that what I'm seeing here?
"It's not a goddamn fish!"
Which one of his 8 heads
The
said
singing
that?
fish.
You're not
So
freeing
it's
Big
just-
Mouth Billy Bass, goddamn.
So it's just a giant instrument. Like, describe what this
Yes.
thing looks like. Well, I mean, what does it look like? I've never seen or heard about.
Julie
What
swims.
A
Julie swims
gigantic
up-
ass cello.
Free you how? What's going on here? Are you the instrument? Are you trapped in the instrument? What's going on?
I'm trapped inside it. Shatter it and I can get out of here.
I so
Uh,
preferred thinking of it as a Billy Bass hanging on the wall.
And he's like, his fucking head turns. Help me!
Alright, fine. You know what? We'll retcon this shit. There's not the octobass as an 8-eyed big mouth Billy Bass hanging on the far wall.
You know, Kelly, I think it's supposed to be an octo-bass. I just want to put that out there.
Go fuck yourself. So Big Mouth, the 8-eyed Billy Bass, is crying back to you saying, "Oh God, I am trapped in hell. Shatter this construct that is my life. Whatever you do, don't press the button or else I'll start singing
Alexa,
fucking
turn
folk
the-
songs
Its fucking head turns. and
against
it's-
my will."
And then its fucking head has to turn back against the wall because it can't keep looking that direction.
Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now.
And let the fun begin.
I take pity on it. I'm gonna walk up and break it.
Okay.
Oh my god! They upgraded
So-
Billy Bass. Sorry, they upgraded him.
I want to press the button and go, help me, free me.
So, as soon as you shatter the big mouth Billy Bass, the gigantic big mouth 8-eyed Billy Bass, you see kind of magically slithering out of it is a naked old man.
What?
He says, "I've been trapped in that thing I don't know how long. I was invited out here for dinner by Madgoth. My spellbook was stolen. Magic was used to trap me in here.
Hey, did you say spellbook?
Yes,
What's your name?
my name is Zartim."
Oh, wait. You sure your name's not Nash?
"No, I don't believe so. I don't suppose you have any spare robes. It's gotten a bit drafty, I've noticed."
I'll take my cloak off and hand it to him.
I just thought you were swimming or something.
Apologies, young man. Thank you.
I will help him up, and I will ask him what brought you here for food. Like, why did he invite you specifically, and so forth.
He likes to invite prominent wizards to the castle.
To trap them here?
If he's not impressed with them, yes.
Are you sure your name's not Nash?
His name's not Nash. Stop it.
Oh, wait, well, he said that he believed not so. That didn't sound too sure to me.
And my name's definitely not Big Mouth Billy Motherfucking Bass.
Okay. I didn't ask that. I asked if your name was Nash.
This ought to be fun tomorrow night.
Oh God, I didn't even think of that. Fuck.
I'll make sure I upload this one tonight.
Why don't you go full frontal and just make it a clip that you can upload separately and post to the Discord channel?
I could, but I'm very bad with that editor.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I guess, is there any source of a chest around the room, anything like that? Like, where said spellbook might be stored?
Are you asking him?
Yes.
He says, he stores them somewhere. I'm afraid I don't know where.
Wait.
Thank you. That's an octo-bass. If you look at the D&D Chapter.
Octo-bass! It's a bass guitar! Oh my gosh!
Whatever.
I'm all about that bass. About that bass. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Alright. Killy, is he hurt? Can I get the impression that he's hurt, or does he look like he's fairly healthy, other than being naked and somewhat frazzled?
Make an insight check.
Alright, hold on.
I'm just happy he covered his jiggly bits.
He doesn't look hurt. Not sufficient. Not really.
Okay, then I'm
He's
not...
Just a little shaken.
Okay, then I'm not gonna try to heal him if he looks like he's okay. If I'm gonna say, if you would like to come with us, we're not done scouting this area yet. You're not the first live thing that we've come in contact with. Do you know anything about the homunculus on the level above?
It belongs to the master of the castle. It isn't beholden to the shrinking magic that inhabits this place.
Shrinking magic?
Yes. Perhaps you didn't notice. The castle became suddenly much bigger as you approached.
Yes. I thought
That's
it was
because...
an illusion.
Oh no. Far more than an illusion. The mithril spindle that hides underneath shrinks anybody who comes close, allowing them to easily fit inside.
Mithril spindle, you say?
Yes.
Is this a device?
I'm afraid I don't know the specifics. It's been there long before. I think even Madgoth inhabited this place.
Killy, is a mithril spindle... are mithril like the metal, or mithril like the...
Nope. Mithril metal.
I'm going to ask, not that Dreylov's the most, learning of his kind, but I'm going to ask if that's something that sounds familiar to him at all, knowing that dwarves know a bit about mithril or anything like that. Alright, that answers
You would
that
know.
question.
Okay. You would know that mithril is a powerful conduit for magical enchantments. Not something that dwarves delve too deeply into, with some rare exceptions of during the creation of powerful weapons. It is a precious mineral that is widely valued by all sorts of individuals, mostly craftsmen and magi.
Is talking to oh god, what's his name? I'm sorry. The mage.
What about him?
What's his name again?
His name is Zartan.
Zartan, if this makes us smaller, is this also what levitates the castle?
I'm afraid I don't know what levitates the castle.
Okay.
I never learned.
Unless any of my friends have any objection, you could certainly come with us while we are looking for your spell book and such.
Well, my thought is the spellbook might be in the library room we went downstairs, the alchemy lab or whatever it was downstairs that we ran into, where he found his journal. Seems like there's a good stash of books there.
You mean upstairs?
Zartan will say, I am able to make my way out of the castle on my own volition. I just couldn't get out of this octo-bass.
You said it like a broken man.
D&D. I fucked up and now I'm going to own it.
Well, if we do come across your book, is there where could we return it to you at?
He says, I'm afraid I don't know what's become of my book. I've been trapped in here for so long. I don't expect to find it anytime soon. Don't worry. I have one trick up my sleeve that'll let me to get to safety. I just need to get out of here sooner before the master comes back.
All right. Well, we'll point him toward the rooftop and say our farewells and wish him well.
Okay.
And I am now cloakless.
Yes, you are. But he will thank you and then disappear past you.
Your reputation has increased by 1. No,
Your Paragon level has increased by.
I guess move forward, guys. Keep looking around and keep an eye out for Mad God or Mad Dog or whatever the hell.
Mad Dog.
Mad
giant and more giant basses on the wall.
I will
Mad
check the next
Goth.
day.
Mad Goth. I'm sorry. Great. He's an angry teenager.
Mad and Goth. Oh god.
So the doorframe here has a tiny silver coin wedged into it.
I will remove the coin and open the door.
Okay. Inside, you see what appears to be another guest room. You can see inside there is a bed heaped with pillows, a 4-foot-tall armoire, and an empty sea chest decorating the room. Rugs are woven with wave-like patterns that cover the floor. On top of the armoire is a large bottle that contains a beautiful model of a ship. Behind the bottle... Yes?
How do we know the chest is empty? Is it open?
Yes.
Okay.
Behind the bottle, hanging on the wall, is also a large frame portrait of the familiar visage of Hallister Blackcloak, gazing down at the boat with a mad gleam in his eyes.
I'm going to approach the boat in a bottle.
Okay.
Before Kay goes in there, I want to ask Kay to give me that coin he took out, and I want to inspect that coin.
I will flick it your way as I stroll my way in.
Wait,
Okay.
are you going to be in any more slots? Sorry.
I put another coin in the slot. Nothing happens. I put another coin in the slot. No.
I actually ran that game for my local game store here last weekend and told that story. It got a laugh.
Sweet.
They didn't try the same thing.
Hey, there can only be one me.
True.
Lightning
True that.
strikes down to the sword.
All right, you approach the room. You're doing what now?
I'm gonna approach the bottle, the ship in a bottle,
Okay.
and I will try to inspect it, see if there's something strange or off-putting about it. Since Hollister's freakily smiling at it.
The bottle is 54 inches long and 15 inches wide. It is contained in cork glass bottle that is 5 feet long and 1.5 feet wide. It is resting on its side in a wooden stand and could easily pick it up and carry it.
I'm gonna uncork it.
Okay.
Kelly,
Nothing.
I'm gonna look at that coin. Is there anything unusual about that silver coin? Does it like have a face of Hallister Blackcloak or anything on it?
It does not, but
Okay.
it is at least a couple hundred years old.
Gonna search that arm more.
Okay.
Okay.
I pocket it for now. Just.
All right.
Gotta be something to these coins.
Sure. The armoire is currently empty.
Tap the back. Does it sound hollow or falls
Nope.
back or anything? All right.
Nope.
I'm gonna ask Julie to put. I'm gonna recork the ship in a bottle. I should state first, and then I'm going to ask Julie to put said ship in a bottle in his bag.
Done. So noted.
Okay.
I was like, decoration for home.
Did Hallister Blackcloak's face did it change since he was staring at the bottle down
Yeah,
the
now
bottle
it's-
in there?
Yeah, now it's staring at Kay.
Okay, so it didn't actually change his expression or anything.
Yeah, while he wasn't looking.
Well, I'll look back and see it's looking at me, and I'll just stare at it, blank faced.
Do you blink?
Nope. I just stare at it.
It
It just stares back.
Do you blink? No. What, I look like a quitter?
Don't blink.
Doctor Who.
Don't look away.
It's then when you realize that an angel covering its eyes sits in the corner of the room now.
If they're going to do that, I'm going to walk south here.
Okay.
I assume there's more to the south, or is that just the clean wall there?
There's
okay,
more to
okay.
the south.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Yep.
We'll approach said door. I'll wait for the guys to come up. Anything on the door? Anything around the door?
The frame of this door has a platinum coin wedged into it. The door itself has a stained glass M worked into its design.
I'm just gonna stroll out of the room.
All right.
As K moves, does the visage change? Does it still follow him out the door, or did it stop?
It stopped.
That was no fun. All right.
I'm gonna
Clip, draw a mustache on it.
I'm gonna say to Trevaring, this one's a platinum coin. And I'll toss it over. Did I hear anything on the other side of the door?
Make a perception check.
All right.
I will comment that it seems awfully weird that if this is a powerful mage, him pinning the door lock just seems a little odd.
You hear the sound of deep snoring.
You don't suppose the M stands for Madgoth, do you?
Was there an M on the door, you said? Did I miss that part?
Yep.
I'm going to maybe say maybe we should keep going after you say that, and just kind of keep moving down.
Well, now I'm curious. I have to know.
Well, no, I know, but perhaps we should explore as much as we can without him being aware of our presence.
What if I show up as a fan?
And would you really think he'd penny himself inside of a room? Seems, I don't know. The whole coin thing seems a little odd.
Did you really think we'd see a wizard turned into a bass a minute ago?
I've seen stranger things since we've been in here.
I'd highly doubt that.
I watched a dwarf run into a mirror and bounce off like a piece of rubber. Come on.
You saw an 8-eyed, big-mouthed Billy Bass turn into a naked old man.
Yeah, that's,
No, you said he slithered out of it after he broke it, like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon.
Yes. Thank you for enunciating my point.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I saw the same shit you did.
So it's really weird. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking down the hall, and I'm going to ignore that room for right now.
Okay.
Julie's looking to Singe, back to K, to Singe, back to K. Could be stuff in there.
We'll come back to it. Promise.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to here, and
Okay.
do I hear anything behind this door?
The door frame here has an electrum coin wedged into it.
Okay. I want to take the coin out and toss it to Crowl, or Treverin.
Mhm.
And do I hear anything on the other side?
No.
I'll open the door.
Okay. A couple things stand out to you here. You can see the room itself is well furnished. There's a comfortable bed, another armoire, a 3-paneled privacy screen, and an empty open chest with clawed feet decorating the room. There are fancy rugs covering the floor. But embedded into the middle of the northern wall, you see a stone arch.
All right. This bears further investigation. I'll enter.
Okay. Inside, you can see that the stone arch has carved into the keystone of the arch is a hand clutching a torch, a lit torch.
Does this look eerily similar to the previous portals that we've used?
Same in style, yes.
Treverin, we need your staff.
Well, we don't know that that's necessarily what opens it every time.
Give it 3 taps.
I go in there and tap on it 3 times.
Nothing happens.
Damn.
Is there a
I turn
candle?
around, tap K 3 times. It doesn't work every time.
I get slightly irritated.
Kelly, what's the depiction of?
Of a hand clutching a lit torch.
Is there a candle in here or anything?
Nope.
Sorry, Treverin, I'm not that easy to turn on.
Is there anything else in the room, like if we go through the drawers and such?
It otherwise appears to be empty.
I take a torch out of my bag and hand it to Singe. He can light it. Hold a torch in front of it, see what happens.
That's where I was going next. And I'll walk up and with a torch lit, I'm going to place my hand on it.
Okay. Holding up the torch lit in front of the archway activates.
Ooh. Now I have no idea. I have no way of knowing if this goes higher or lower into the what you call it, right?
You have no idea where it would go.
Well,
The only notation you have of Undermountain at all is the map that Treverin would drawn.
And I'll remind Singe, you do realize we've pissed off the person who controls these gates too, so we might want to avoid using them.
and me looking back is going to say, no, you've pissed off the person that controls these gates by constantly putting graffiti everywhere we happen upon his visage.
No, that's not the one who controls these gates.
Who does?
That druid.
Willow.
Willow. She's the one that said she controlled the gates.
Did she?
Yep.
She never said she controlled the gates.
I don't remember her saying that at all.
I thought in
Yeah,
the
me either.
description. Okay, well then, what I remember was that she said that the gates were hers.
When she asked you where you came from and you brought up the gate, she realized, oh, that's how you got in here. That's the extent of that conversation.
Okay, I remember it differently. So
yes, Julie says exactly what we were looking for. Let's go. One step closer to this mad mage.
Julie, if you walk through that gate right now, you'll be walking through it alone.
Why?
Because I'm still trying to figure out what the rest of this place is.
Julia, while you're contemplating that, you hear a voice in your head that you don't recognize say, "You are ill prepared for the dangers that lie ahead. Turn back from the gate."
Does it sound like Tourle?
No.
Ah!
Do we just watch Julie scream?
Yep.
You having a mental breakdown over there, buddy?
You didn't hear that?
No, what did it say?
Voice in head said, I'm not prepared for what lies ahead.
Maybe, perhaps we should heed said voice.
Well,
Maybe we should send the green one in first.
no, I mean, I didn't hear no voice. I don't know what you're talking about. And if the boss man says maybe no, then maybe no it is.
I'm going to say, well, look, we know where it's at if we have to get out of here quickly. And, let's just make note of it, and we can come back if we need to. And with that, I'm going to kind of walk back out of the room, and you said there's nothing in there, right? Other than the arch? Really?
Other than the arch and the furnishings, yep. That's all
Okay.
that's in there.
I'm not going out this door, because I suspect that this is the front door to the castle.
You are on the second floor of the castle at the moment.
Oh. I'm going through this door because I suspect it's not the front door of the castle. What's it?
So this door has a platinum coin wedged into it.
Okay, I will remove
Here, I'll hold that for you.
Sure.
All right,
Inside, bolted to the floor in the middle of this chamber, you see what looks like an iron console that resembles a pedestal with a slanted top. Protruding from the console, you see 3 brass levers ranged side by side. The two outer levers are currently in the up position. The middle lever is currently in the down position. On the right of the levers are 5 brass buttons situated at the points of a golden pentagram. There is an inscription that appears next to each lever and each button.
Is it something that I can read?
You can by getting in there and looking at it.
I'll go look, but I'm not pushing any buttons or pulling any levers.
Okay. So for the 3 levers, the one on the far left says courtyard, and that is currently pushed up. The one in the middle says light, and is currently pushed down. The lever on the right says heat, and it is currently pushed up. The button to the south says music. The button to the left of that says roof. The button above that says fog. The button to the right of that says lockdown. And the button below that says do not press.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, obviously you have to press the button that says do not press.
I wasn't worried about me hitting it.
See, Julie's one of his eyebrows starts twitching as he's looking at that button.
I cast hold person on Julie.
Do you really?
No.
Okay.
I will tell Julie to hit it after I take a step out of the room.
Oh, I'm certainly stepping out before any buttons get hit by anyone.
I will say, Julie, if you want to press that button, press that button.
Says do not press.
Are you going to listen to what that button tells you to do?
Hold on. Julie, come out of the room.
now you do you, boss man. You be brave.
All right. And I turn over to ears. Ears. Now's your chance to prove you can hit the butt on a fly. Take your crossbow, shoot that button.
Oh, okay.
Nothing, by the way.
Nothing could go wrong with this at all.
Yeah, totally. I guess I'm gonna do it from back here because I'm better at long range.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, don't reel one.
First, I'm gonna hide from the console.
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm not giving you advantage on that roll. You do not hit that button.
Oh.
You're lucky enough, you rolled high enough that you don't hit another button on accident.
All right,
Alright,
wait.
Hold on. Let me try one more time.
Wait.
What? No.
He's gonna give him sanctuary.
No, I really got this.
No, you
Hold
really don't. Am I taller than him?
Yes.
Yeah,
Easily.
everybody's taller than me. Jesus.
He's a goblin.
He's
a
3
goblin.
feet tall.
All right. Can I my strength is somewhat high enough. Can I like lift him and face him away from the console?
Probably.
I would like to do so.
Are you really picking him up like a toddler and turning him away
Yes,
from the bad?
100%. I am doing
Daz,
that.
do you resist this?
Yeah.
Okay, make opposed athletics checks. Yeah, Daz, you can use acrobatics if you prefer.
I will.
Alright, you can scurry around Singe's attempt to grapple you.
Hey, what are you trying to do, Dragon Man? I just doing what the boss man said. He said, shoot that button.
You have a new job.
Again,
You have a
too
new
handsy. Y'all get so handsy around here.
You have a new job. Never look in that room again.
Fucking Julie.
While your attention is turned onto one of your more problematic party members.
Julie's looking at the buttons. What were the buttons again? There was music.
So there's 3 levers. Those are courtyard, light, and heat. And the
Courtyard,
5 buttons
light,
are
and heat. Right.
Mhm. The 5 buttons are music, roof, fog, lockdown, and do not press.
All right. Music sounds pretty benign. Julie's gonna press the music button.
Okay. So while you're Singe, you're holding Daz up. Julie, you press that button, and then the entire castle fills with this ambivalent orchestral music.
Was it elevator music?
No.
Is it like the Imperial March?
Bum 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 ba. Just press the button again.
No, but it's actually this beautiful orchestral arrangement that's very relaxing.
It's not too loud.
It's loud enough that you hear it.
Julie will press it again.
The music stops.
Hold on, I gotta write these down. What were the buttons again? Fog was another one.
So the buttons,
Lockdown.
so the levers are courtyard, light, and heat.
Hold on. Okay, and the buttons were music,
fog, roof,
yeah,
lockdown, and do not press.
And you said the courtyard was up.
Courtyard and heat are, courtyard and heat are up, and light is down.
All right. Are there? What's the light like currently?
In the castle, you mean?
Yeah. How are we seeing? Is it our own lighting? Or is it dark vision?
It would be your own lighting and dark vision. Right now, there's no light in the castle.
All right. I'm gonna throw up the switch that says light.
Okay. The interior lights of the castle all come on, and you can see the castle just kind of light up all on its own. And the beautiful crystalline walls and floors all kind of have this brilliant, almost multicolored rainbow light that gives off this beautiful sheen on its own as you suddenly thrust up that lever.
I'm wondering if any of these will have anything to do with the mirror. I think so. I'm pausing to give others a chance to either yell at me or advise me.
I'm going to tell you.
No, you're doing good, boss man. So far, so good.
Enough from you.
Julie turns around like the Irishman from Braveheart and is like,
I'm going to suggest maybe we don't want to wake up anything by turning on the lights so bright.
Julie shrugs, and with that pout he gets when you poop on his party, he turns the lights off.
All right.
All right. The lights turn back off.
Assuming we haven't awoken anything, can we continue searching these rooms? That's up to you guys.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds great, Dragon Man.
Yeah.
I got your back. I'll watch your back while you do it.
Julie, remember, the important part of kill the things, take their stuff, is to take their stuff. Let's keep looking.
Julie points off towards that door that we didn't open with the M on it.
We'll get to that door soon enough, Julie.
Julie, before Julie walks away from the door, he looks longingly upon the do not press button. Then he moves off.
You guys want to come up here and we'll see what's in here?
I open the door.
Okay. In this chamber, you can see, first off, there's a copper coin wedged into the door, which you can take easily.
Yeah.
In here, all of the furniture is carved out of sandstone. Sitting on a small table next to a cushioned divan is a brass hookah. And there are two beds against the northern wall in here. At the foot of each bed is a stone chest with a pyramidal lid. Hanging on the wall between the beds is a 7-foot diameter sandstone disc, carved to look like a Medusa's glaring visage.
Yeah, it's above or below?
The disc is between the two beds.
Oh, it's between. I got you.
Yep.
Julie?
What?
See, there are containers in there. Perhaps see if there is something in them.
Julie shrugs. He'll walk in. Go over to this chest, I guess, on this side. Study it. Is the lid just set upon the top of the chest, or is it hinged?
It's hinged and it's just shaped to look kind of like a pyramid. To make this easy, just make an investigation check as you're searching them. What room?
Yeah, well, if they're not hinged, he'll just push it off with his foot.
Okay, the chests are empty.
Oh,
all right. Look back at Sin, shrug.
As there's a frowny face from Julie again. All right, let's keep going. Anything here, Jill?
We're gonna look out into the courtyard. Anything changed?
You can get a better view of the statue. Make a perception check. Nothing that you can make out the details for. Since you said you were opening this door?
Yeah. Do I hear anything or anything like that?
You don't hear anything, no.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Opening the doors inside. There's another door inside. You can see that the room in here contains rows of wooden cabinets that are completely stuffed with disorganized files.
Are any of them like kind of coming out of the cabinets?
Yeah, some of them.
I just grab one at random.
They're dossiers, some of which are so old they're practically crumbled to dust. And looking upon them, they appear to be the dossiers of various spellcasters throughout all of the Forgotten Realm. Mostly wizards, but you come across an occasional dossier for warlocks and sorcerers.
Are they in any kind of order?
Not especially. Some of them you see on most of the remaining ones is the word deceased in the same sort of writing you saw in the journal. Some of them simply briefly detail a current known location. Some of them will highlight the word lich instead.
You said these dossiers had wizards, right? And they
Mostly
look like
wizards,
they're
but
old?
also mostly wizards. Some of them are old, some of them are new. They look like they can date back hundreds of years. There's also sorcerers and warlocks on occasion.
I quickly breezed through the wizard list. Do I recognize any dossiers calling out any particular wizards of my past?
Make an investigation check as you scroll through the dossiers.
And while he's doing that, I'll open the other door.
What's in there, guys? What's in there, boss man?
Can I help him with that at all? If he's telling me what
Yes,
he's doing?
you can. That's up to Treverin to tell you what it is he's looking for.
I'll let Singe know. Like, I'm looking to see if there's any dossiers on known wizards of my past.
Okay.
If you tell me like a specific couple names, can I roll something to try to help him?
You can either roll an investigation check yourself, or Treverin can roll with advantage.
Yeah. Look for Nash Magod while you're in there.
I'll roll.
Okay.
I figure
Nash.
we both have about and you know what? I will look for one that says Nash just for the
You
hell
know,
of it.
Nash. I think Nash.
Okay. Julia, I will say while you're trying to open that door, it's locked.
Ooh.
Nice roll. So a couple of things.
Oh, you robot.
Oh.
Try again.
Still robot.
Yeah, we're losing you, Killy.
Hang on.
There you
no,
are.
wait, there you are.
Let me reconnect real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
Must have had a lag spike. Am I good now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're fine.
you sound fine.
Okay. So Nash Magar, you do find that name, and a brief dossier on him. It doesn't look like it's been updated recently. The only information was that he was hiding somewhere in Waterdeep.
Okay.
You note that the last written rumor on him was that he was hiding in what was presumed to be a hideout of the Shadow Dusk family, and that's all that says.
Okay, I'll give that one to Daz. And
Okay.
then, did I help Treverin locate anybody that he was looking for?
Yes. So, firstly, Treverin, you see a dossier on yourself, as well as Kay.
I say, Kay, come here.
What'd you find?
And I hand him his dossier.
I'm going to open it and flip through it.
It gives a brief summary of your history with Tethir. It mentions the name of your patron, and there's a small note left beside that says, "Further research of mysterious entity required."
And I will also bruise through mine first.
Okay. Yours will detail a little bit about your history in the Feywild and about your relation to other known casters. And
how current is it? Like where does the dossier stop in like
the last
my life
note?
spell?
It talks about you going through your file.
That's actually kind of where I was. Like how updated is this? Like
It's not that updated. It does say it does leave reference to the two of you having recently entered Undermountain and to prepare for the inevitable.
I thought we were gonna have a Spaceballs moment.
So both mine and his does reflect that we have entered Undermountain.
Yep.
Okay.
And then finally, you find a notation regarding the mage Kentaurus. And the note scribbled next to him details of the Archmage's tower within Womford, and there's a note scrawled next to him. Clone,
Okay.
which you only found out because you got a natural 20.
Interesting.
I'm
You say
gonna,
clone?
Clone.
I'm gonna try and open this door that I'm by.
Yeah, it was locked. I already tried it. I was going to try to
No,
force it, but you're welcome to.
No, this door to the south, where all these records are, is locked. The door that Daz is next to up north, opening it, you see what looks like a cloak storeroom. You can see coats, cloaks, robes, wizard hats, and other apparel. What stands out to you upon entering in, right north of the door, is what looks like a mind flayer.
Oh shit!
And then you stop and you realize, oh, that's just a costume.
Oh, I was gonna fire 2 bolts at it.
You still can. As a reaction.
Daz.
I'm gonna pocket both those dossiers that I got,
I'll
give
I'm
you
gonna
the
keep
other
mine
one,
on
'cause
myself,
I
too.
don't know who Kantaris is.
yeah, I know you don't. That's why I say I'm pocketing it for myself.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna scream mind flare!
Shh, Daz,
Run
Daz, hold on.
and shoot at it.
Okay, 2 bolts just kind of sink into the costume, creating obvious holes.
Daz, come take a look at this door down here, since you were so good at opening the other one earlier.
I was about to try to break it open, but
Go for it.
last time
While he's asking Daz to open the door, you hear a whack.
Essentially.
So, Drelloff, you're going to try to open it?
y'all,
Brute force it?
y'all.
Is it a
Okay.
push or pull? Because it says me not push or
I'm
pull.
going through it. Doesn't matter if it's push or pull.
Well, he said you're going to try and open the door, and you said yes. You're not trying to break it. You're trying to open said door with a push or a pull.
Drelloff
Last time I checked,
And-
you're really good at opening doors.
and Julie and Kay and Treverin. I need the 4 of you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh,
Leave it
shit.
to the dwarf.
The magical number to beat was 19. As you attempt to brute force open the door, a glyph, a magical glyph that has been embedded onto the door, suddenly lights up and flashes, and sparking out come bolts of lightning. 57 points of lightning damage to those of you who got under a 19.
Yep.
And
Mother of mercy.
I believe it's, if I'm doing my math correctly, 26 points of lightning damage to those of you who succeeded.
27.
Yeah.
27,
That-
thank you.
Does that
Will
create
you round
noise?
up or round down?
Round up. Oh no, round down to the half. So 56 divided by 2.
You'd be 28.
Does it create
Thank you.
noise?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, shit! I rush out here and look in the door.
Daz,
I am on my back.
Daz, go hide and make sure nobody's coming out of that door we heard.
Julie and
before.
Drelloff are badly injured. Treverin
Where
and
at?
Kay are both down and unconscious.
I'm not unconscious. I'm at 11 HP, but I'm
Oh,
on my
okay.
ass.
That we
Okay,
heard-
Treverin is out.
I'm out. I'm not even wasting my strength of the grave on that one.
I'm coming over. Daz, go keep an eye. Make sure nobody comes out that door where we heard the snoring come from earlier.
Where the hell was that door?
Were you
What-
not
does-
standing with us at all, Daz?
Does the door open?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and the door is still closed.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I will say it blows out all the glass in the door.
Oh, so can I see through where the glass was?
Crawling up on shards of broken glass and blood spilling out of your face. You
Well,
see
no,
an
I was hit by
empty.
lightning. I wasn't exploded. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
the
charred and
glass is-
smoking. My hair is sticking out in all directions, but
You see an empty goddamn room.
Okay. I'm going to approach real fast. I'm going to have Daz stand lookout real fast.
Yeah,
Julie
I
turns-
got your back.
Julie turns to Drelloff and says, "I blame you."
As I approach, I'm going to be like, what the hell happened? I was going to get Daz to unlock the door.
As I'm laying on my back, you see my arm raise, my wrist bend, and my finger point at the fucking dwarf.
Did he open the door?
He tried.
Julie
No.
just Julie's eyes go big, and he's just like kind of surreptitiously in front of him, pointing at Drayloff.
No more doors for him. And I'm going to start casting heal wounds on people in the room, except for the dwarf.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Daz, while you're looking out in the hallway, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Yep.
I'm fucking crying on my so hard.
Okay. You don't see or hear anything.
All right. So let's see. How am I going to do this? Let's start with the worst. Who's down? Treverin?
Treverin.
All right. Yeah, this ought to be good. Of course, I fucking fail on the
Man,
fucking roll.
there's so many fucking ones going on tonight.
All right, that's on Treverin. Who else is hurt next, Bagley?
I am about to ride the highway to hell.
Technically, that was not enough to get me up.
Wait, can you go into the negatives?
No, you just go to 0.
Yeah, you go to 0. Technically, that was enough.
Unless it's half your HP into the negatives, that outright kills you. Other than that, you go to 0.
Okay. Not the way I read those rules, but all right, I'll take it.
Would you?
Sorry,
rather
what's the
be
question?
dead?
No, you don't. The negative hit points don't exist in 5e.
Yeah, 3.5 and 4 they do, but they don't exist in 5.
5e, the only time negative hit points come into play is when calculating if you are killed instantly by damage.
That's on K.
Okay.
This is on Drella. Hold on. 3. And this is on Julie.
All right.
Yeah.
Who looks still really, really bad? And by the way, if you have health
Treverin.
potions,
Okay.
now would be the time to take one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop one down my gullet.
Okay.
I have 2 potions of healing on me.
Okay. 44 plus 4 then if you're doing 2 regulars.
I'm just doing 1.
Okay.
So 1.
Regular healing potion is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. I'm going to hit Treverin with one more healing word.
Okay.
Or not healing word.
Cure wounds.
Wait, did I just hit healing word? I might have. Hold on.
No, you didn't.
I hit healing hands.
All right, and
For myself.
level 2. So 16. And literally as I cast that last healing spell, I'm going to say to Drayloff, no more fucking doors for you.
Your license has been revoked, mister.
Okay, is everybody kind of up again for the most part?
Pat's having a Wile E. Coyote moment, but yes.
No, I'm good, Dragon Man. Just
I know
letting you
you're
know.
good. I know
Yeah,
you're
yeah, I'm good. You asked, but I'm good.
good. All right. I'm done the healing. You guys want to keep looking around, or you want to hide in the cloak closet up north of us and take a short rest?
Yes, please.
Julie goes, maybe a good time to take a break. He's swaying a little bit. Still smoking.
Yeah, hey, don't worry about that mind flare up there. It's not real. I took care of it though.
Can I take the cloak off the mind flayer?
I am going to ask Treverin, are you okay? Are you, awake?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Alright. I'll move up north. Come on, Daz.
Kelly, does the mind flayer outfit have a cloak it's wearing?
Yeah, with 2 holes punched into it.
I shut the door.
I'm gonna take. Are there any other nicer cloaks sitting there? This is a cloak room.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Because I'm missing a cloak.
I'll take a look while we get in there. I'm just trying to. I'm still having a hard time believing that somebody just ran into a door and caused the trap to go off.
I picture a Saving Private Ryan moment. There's a giant flash, a giant white screen, and people just like picking up their arms and shit.
It's like, do you want me to roll anything, Kill, or no?
Are you investigating the room?
Yeah. Is there anything in here? I guess.
Investigation check. So, Kay, you just find a good-looking cloak. You kind of just grab it, slap it on. Singe, as you're kind of taking a closer look at some of the robes and wizard hats and coats in this room, you can't help but note just about all of them have bloodstains, tears, burn marks, maybe splashes of what looks to be acid damage, lightning damage, all sorts of different wear and tear and blood and all.
Your lag spiking again.
Robotic.
Yeah, your lag spiking again.
How about now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Anyway, so there's all these bad marks that seem to suggest that the previous owners must have gone through some sort of real hell.
Killy, do any, even though they're tagged and hurt or anything like that, I'm going to, because I know that my friend Treverin was hurt here. Is there anything that I can find that would be suitable for his wear that might, I don't know, seem like it's better than the rest?
Probably. It may have a blood stain on it or two, but
I'll find the nicest one I can and give it to him.
excuse me.
Okay. I think the previous owner of this cloak, or this, is it cloak or robes?
Robes, cloaks, coats.
It was described as the cloak room.
Yes, I know.
Yep.
Seems more like a trophy room. These are all damaged cloaks.
No, I rolled 20, just crashed. Hold on here.
Well, I'll present a nicer one to Treverin and be like, in case you want to get rid of some of the burning.
Short rest.
It's up to you guys.
I take it.
I'll take a short rest.
Yeah, I think short rest is appropriate here.
I'll keep an eye on the door while you're short resting, and hopefully Daz will as well.
Are you keeping the door open or closed?
I closed
the door's been closed.
Okay.
I go and I hide behind the mind flayer.
Okay.
Statue, whatever, and watching the door.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay kind of close to the door. And is that door open in?
It opens into the cloakroom that you all are in.
Yeah, no. I want to know if somebody tries to open it, can I like ram up against it and hold it shut?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well then.
Why is my hit dice rolling a D4?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why is it rolling a
Oh,
D4?
you have to change it. The new update got rid of it. At the bottom right where it says hit dice and it says D like D4, you can click on that and change it to your hit dice for your class now.
Yeah, I totally had to do that.
Oh, now I gotta go look that up again.
I think yours is a D8.
D4?
Well, sorcerer, I think it might be. Hang on, no.
I think sorcerer is D8.
I think sorcerer is a D pussy.
Sorcerer is a D6, not a D8.
What is a barbarian?
Barbarian's
12.
D12.
Oh shit! Undo all those rolls.
fighter is D10. And cleric, I believe, is either D8 or D10.
Where am I looking at?
D8.
Where am I looking at to change it?
So where it says hit dice, just to the right of it, where it says D whatever, you can click on it and it pulls it out a drop down. You can change it there.
Oh,
I
what'd you
just
say
changed it
cleric
for you.
was? Oh, D8.
D8
Yep.
for cleric.
Okay. I don't need the rolling because I wasn't in the middle of the lightning blast.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that, okay?
Warlock is also D8.
Yep, I already changed mine.
Sometimes the fonts this thing puts up aren't exactly the easiest to read.
Hey man, just let you know that's one of the ways one of the guys in the old party went, with a door. So don't feel bad about it. It happens to a lot of people.
Over my shoulder, I'm gonna be like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, didn't get me, just like this one didn't get me, but yeah, it got the last guy. He was a human also. Well, he was a human, not a dwarf.
Good to know.
I mean, between me and you, Dragon Man, I hear the dwarves aren't smart, but it's not a surprise that happened.
Mama says don't go away, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's just between me and you.
That lightning bolt was some high quality rune.
Oh shit!
Powerbomb, courtesy of Captain Insano.
All right, you get your short rest in.
All right. I'm going to, if they're sufficiently healed up, I'm going to poke my head, just open the door slightly. Do I hear anything before I do that outside in the hall?
No, but you are immediately hit by the overwhelming scent of shit.
What? Say what now?
You are hit by the overwhelming scent of shit.
Oh my God! It's an enclosed room, people. I mean, have some courtesy. Jeez.
Okay.
Or at least warn somebody before you do that.
Julie, I'll look at him.
I immediately look at Julie as well. Julie!
Julie looks hurt. He's like, what?
Well,
Did you rip the ass?
Wasn't me.
Like, you might need to see a doctor or something
Kelly,
about that, because that's really bad.
Being that I didn't hear anybody let loose their bowels, I'm going to poke my head out. Like, literally just opening the door up enough to poke my head out and look left and right. Do I
You
see...
almost, poking out your head,
Yeah.
the tip of your draconic nose nearly touches the 10-foot cube filled area of a gigantic rainbow-colored shit. That
Wait,
sits right in the front of the door.
A rainbow-colored shit?
Mm-hmm.
10 by 10.
Who let the unicorn in the castle?
that was actually my first thought.
According to TV, unicorn poo is like ice cream.
God damn it, you leave Squatty Potty alone. That's how humans were supposed to naturally shit. I say, Draloff, you first.
What'd you see out there? What's making that smell?
Let our friend investigate first.
Oh yeah, no, I got their back. I'll take care of that.
Killy, do I get the sense that this is like before I poke my head back in, do I get the sense that this is like a gelatinous cube type thing?
Make a perception check.
Alright, so before Draloff walks right into it.
He'll figure it out.
Hard to say.
Alright, I'm gonna let Draloff find out.
I guess I open the door and look out.
You are hit by the overwhelming scent of this gigantic rainbow-colored shit.
And I sneak up behind him and push his ass right into the shit.
Make an athletics check, you two.
To be fair, if he sneaks up behind him, does he get to make an opposed athletics check?
Yes, because Drell's a dwarf, but Trevarin does get advantage on the check.
Ooh. Well, let me roll it one more time.
Julie probably has the lowest intelligence score in the party, and even he saw that coming.
So you go to push Drell off, and it's like you ever try to push someone over, and they just even in surprise, and they just don't move.
Yes,
Drow-
and then I turn around and use mold earth and lift him up right into the shit.
It's crystal. You can't mold the stone in front of him. I'm sorry. Nice try though.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, boss man, you guys like each other, right? How long have you been together?
I don't think they particularly like Drayloff
No.
right now.
I mean, you're Dragon Man. I was talking to boss man over here.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Thanks, though. Okay, since boss man's not talking, I'll just take one. I go back over to Julie. I put my finger under his nose because he hadn't said anything.
Do we still have any of the 10-foot poles?
Probably.
I'm sure.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
think I've done anything with them.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out how they compacted so we could walk through a hallway without getting caught every 5 seconds. But
Oh, hell no. Vigo left that Warhammer, but he sure as fuck made sure he took every single 10-foot pole y'all owned on his way out.
All right.
No, he
Well,
didn't.
wait a minute. So there was a bust of a what do you call it, that the mind flayer looking thing was on.
There's a wooden
mannequin?
mannequin that has a Mind Flayer statue on it, essentially.
All right. Take the mind flayer statue off gently,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna lift that up, and I'm gonna kind of see if I can push that big pile of shit. And I'm not talking about Drayloff. With the wooden mannequin, does anything happen?
Yeah, it goes right through the shit, and you watch as the illusion of the shit fades, as does the overwhelming stench, as it just kind of disappears. And it's faint, but you hear a soft sound of what sounds like some small creature giggling.
Do I get a direction where the giggling is coming from?
Make a perception check.
Hold on. Oop, hold on.
Nope.
Do I have any idea what would leave behind a rainbow-colored shit?
Well, it was the illusion of a rainbow-colored shit.
Doesn't matter. You made an illusion. You could probably like make it of my own shit. It could be unicorn shit.
New North Star Arcana wizard speciality. Fecamancy.
Shit wizard. He's a shit
Is
wizard.
Mold poop. Phantasmal poop. Wall of poop.
So
Tensor's floating poop.
So the one person who might be able to know what this is would probably be Trevarin. You can make a history check to see if you can figure out what.
All right.
So your time in growing up in the Feywild has taught you that these are kind of childish pranks that are often played on by Fey creatures with innate magical abilities.
I share that with everyone but Drelloff.
Does that whittle it down to any particular creatures?
It could be all in a manner of creatures.
Like, I don't know if like there's a particular set that's like these in particular will do that type of pranks or something.
I'm gonna say to Trevarin and allow his history, whatever, to speak for him. I don't know, but would these be benign or malevolent creatures necessarily?
They could vary.
I will say it could be both.
All right. Well,
yes.
Then something knows we're here. Let's be careful as we move out. I'm going to step out.
Yeah. Let's be careful. Go ahead. I got your back.
Not to be the party poopy here, but seeing as we're just completing a rest, and it is rather late.
You want to call it?
We want to. Is this a good time to call it, Kelly?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably be a good time as I need to call it. So
Yeah, I
is 10:30.
apologize. I just really need to get up early in the morning.
Yep, that's totally
All right,
understandable.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
As enjoyable as this is.
Fun
And to
stuff.
think we almost completely passed the little castle. That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.